Welcome into a Tuesday night evening blend number 61. I am Pop Blender, and joining me is Matthew Matson holding up, and let's go full screen, baby. One Law and Order. Beautiful. Look at that leg. Is there a fire hydrant nearby? What's going on there?
Must be.
Looking good, man. Looking good. So, I see you got those fellows.
Yep.
When did they come in for you?
This
Begs the
afternoon.
question. Lovely. This afternoon, already out, ready to go. Pictures, already got a good one. I'm sure you have a few more.
Yep.
Yeah, man. No, that's exciting. I know 3 Star was telling me that I think his might be there tomorrow, maybe.
Yep.
I think it's tomorrow.
So mine
Um,
was not supposed to be here until early next week, and then it got moved
okay.
to Thursday, and then it got moved to today.
Okay. Well, I don't know when mine is gonna come. I guess I'm guessing you got them from another source, right?
So that's Amazon.
Okay, Amazon. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess technically I could go ahead and cancel and try to order or whatever, but I don't know
I
what that
mean,
even looks like right now.
lately they've been getting them in stock before everybody else.
Yeah. Well, and for those that are interested in getting them first, then it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So Fantastic Four week. We're gonna get into it. Got a few stories. I guess one big one that I wanted to start off with before we get into the chat, actually, that you just alerted me to. So let me get it up here real quick. And I've said that many times in my life. Evidently, there was a 8.7 earthquake on the Richter scale outside of Russia that is triggering a tsunami warning for Hawaii. Holy moly, dude. Says it's maybe arriving around 7:17 p.m., which is about 3 hours and 15 minutes from now, Hawaii time. They're
Yeah.
a few hours behind us, 6 hours behind us, roughly, or yeah.
Five
So
hours.
5 hours, yeah, 5 hours. So anyway, but yeah, you just told me about that. I literally was on my phone right before, just always trying to find maybe that last second news story that comes in that I might want to share, or some stupid news that comes through. But yeah, holy crap, dude. Now, I don't know from Russia to Hawaii what that looks like. As far as how big of a wave that is, if it happened obviously closer in, then that would be obviously
Well,
catastrophe.
well,
But
it depends because it can build up energy along the way.
well,
So
that's true. Yeah, you're right. Um, so yeah, man. And I think the last one was it in the Philippines? Was the
I
last big one? They've made documentaries about it. It was
that was
really
that was
awful.
Japan.
Like,
That was Japan.
okay, I remember Japan, but
Yeah.
also I think I remember one prior to that. But just seeing all the photos and people, the videos, people like on the top floor of a hotel they were staying in, right, vacationing
Yeah.
in, and
Yep.
you just see it come in, and then and all of a sudden it kind of, you think, oh, okay, it's receding, and then the next thing you know, you've got another wave coming in and it's just carrying. I mean, look, we had some, we've seen the flooding in Texas. I mean, you
Yeah.
understand that more than anybody, and and it's not just the water. You realize just how much debris
Hmm.
is carried through there and how powerful it is, and
Yep.
it no, I don't think anybody really can comprehend that unless they've seen it in person.
Right.
Most
That's for
people,
sure.
a lot of people think they can just kind of, well, I can walk across the street. Oh, I think I
Yeah.
can cross
No.
this little 10-foot section,
Nope.
stuff like that, and it's pretty crazy. So, uh, I guess overnight here we'll kind of keep an eye, or we'll wake up right to see
Yeah.
what
Yep.
happened. But yeah, that's pretty wild. And you unfortunately know someone who is there.
Yep.
So yeah, that's no
They
good,
they're with their family in their hotel room watching the news, keeping an eye on things.
right?
So they're up several levels and
Yeah.
you know keeping an eye
Yep.
on things.
No, not obviously what you would do because you're not getting out of there, right?
Yeah.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Obviously people evacuating and stuff, but anyway, so keep your eyes peeled on that, folks. I guess that's the latest kind of breaking thing, at least newsworthy. So let's see, was that yeah, Russia? Yeah, right. I think they'd probably want to go a little bigger than Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what? They got to start somewhere, and you know how World War II started for us.
That's true. God, it took me a minute for that to register because I was like, did 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 the German did was there like did they blow was there a tsunami like what how, did they flood coastal California? I don't know. It took me a second, man. We're far from December, okay? Like, come on. Anyway, all right. Look, we've got to recognize who's in the chat, and so with that, what is up, Chad? Let's go right to it. As we get into it, 3-star draw, green leader standing by for your baby. Feed me, Seaboard. That's a little Fantastic Four reference for those that don't know. Triple D Devin is in the house. What's up, Triple D? Son of a Crayon Slayer. I can't help it. Every time I see the name, I think of Son of a Preacher Man. It just plays in my head, and I try to fit the words that don't really fit. Stanley's here, says I'll be on in a bit. Hey, we're not spoiling anything, Stanley, so you're good. You can roll up in here. That's going to be on Sunday. Spoiler cast Sunday. Again, I'll put the call out if you've seen the movie. I will put the link out, and if you want to join, feel free. We will be spoiling the shit out of Fantastic Four on Sunday.
Yep. So be careful. Todd C said yesterday in Punk's chat that he was going to come in and spoil the shit out of it. So just beware if he pops up.
Okay.
And you don't want to be spoiled.
There you go. Now, look, here's the deal. You know, I can say, hey, look, you know, no spoilers, whatever. It happens in any chat. I mean, I've watched streams where someone, you know, that's come in and has said one or two things.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I am less prone to being really upset over something getting spoiled now than I used to be.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is when the MCU was really rolling along, right, in the mid-20, you know, the teens, I would have been pissed to have gotten a spoiler.
Yeah.
Because I really cared. Like, I mean, I cared. Every movie I took my son to, every new one that came out we went to. It was a big deal. And at this point now, it doesn't hit me the same way because of the last few years. So, yes, I knew some things about Fantastic Four going in. I knew some things about Superman going in. It did not ruin my enjoyment of the film, even though I knew some key details. It was still okay.
Yep.
And if you're going to see something, Matthew, you know you're going to see it anyway.
Right.
You're going to see it with your own eyes. That's just the way it goes.
Yep.
Menjoza is here. What's up, Menjoza? Good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. Oh, yep, talking about. Oh, yeah, that's right. Snake Armor on Thursday for 3-star draw. Tomorrow is Law and Order.
Yep.
GI Bro is in the house. What's up, GI Bro? And again, if you want to jump on, I think was it for Superman? You jumped in. I know you definitely were all about Superman for sure. And I don't know if you've seen Fantastic Four, but feel free to join us Sunday night. For sure. Gun Bunny Customs is here as well. What's up, Gun Bunny? Got that leg kicked up. There had to have been a fire hydrant somewhere, my friend.
Somebody. I've got to find one of those.
Clint Jorgensen is here. Last big Hawaii one hit Hilo. Is that how you pronounce it? Hilo, about a century ago. Don't know if that was outside of Russia, but and then Rachel is here, ladies and gentlemen. I got it right this time. Yes, and we saw that. Weather Dominator, probably my favorite G.I. Joe miniseries is the Weather Dominator, by far. And also Clint having done 17 trips. Holy Jesus.
Wow.
17 trips? You lucky SOB. Joe Fan 84. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Viper Scout is also here. Let's see. As I scroll down, I just want to make sure I get everybody new.
You see Punk?
There he is. He's coming to spoil it. He's coming to spoil everything, folks. Punk with Toys is here. Just got done with Circle of Jerks. I was watching it earlier and was kind of behind, so I couldn't comment You know, it's like I had to pause it for a while, and then and it's like it's
So,
hard. You can't comment on it when you're like 30 minutes behind the
well, you
stream.
can, and then they encourage you to come to the future, and you got to listen to it on 2x, and then you'll catch up.
Hey, I've done that. I've done that before. I've done that on Mauler and EFAP
Oh
on
yeah,
and again, look, I've said it before, folks. I watch 7 hour
breakdowns.
spoiler
Yeah,
reviews
yep,
of these movies, all 7 hours. It literally, it's called Every Frame a Pause. They pause and talk about every scene multiple times within one scene, and you could have up to 5 or 6 people
yep,
talking and giving their take on a scene. Now, that's dedication, dude. Like, I'm not kidding. It is interesting. It's fascinating to me to hear these people talk about it and break a scene down. And it
yeah,
might take them 30 minutes to talk about one scene.
yep.
That's
And there's Todd C. spoiling stuff again.
no.
No.
You mean, is that the scene where Ray screams out thinking that she killed Chewie, and then literally 5 seconds later, we see Chewie's okay? It was such a great setup in
Yeah,
Rise of
right.
Skywalker. They did such a great
So,
job keeping the fans on their toes,
I
didn't they?
mean, they took the James Gunniest approach and decided to create an emotional beat and then walk away from it with comedy.
It was an emotional beat. It's what we call in music, we call it halftime. It's
But I'm
basically a
bumped.
half beat. Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
you don't have your Cold Slither jump set, do you?
No, I don't. Although I do have my cold slither microphone stand. No, no, I don't. There you go. All right. Anyway, thank you, Doc Severinsen. We'll get back to you in a little while. All right. Ed McMahon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. All right.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So, anyway, yes, we do have some Fantastic Four to get into because I saw it on Friday. Matthew saw it on Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
Yep.
Saturday. With the family?
Yep.
Awesome. That I love to hear probably more than anything because I love to hear that, like, you're able to get the family to go, that they're interested in going, right? Or they like to go to the movies. They like to see stuff. They like to watch stuff at home with you. That's awesome because a lot of people nowadays, you just watch it by themselves and then their spouse may catch up later, which I'm not saying doesn't happen, but you know what I mean? Like that's pretty cool that you make time to do that. So I love it. Viper Scout, listen, if you're going to come up in here and you're going to be saying all your rumors and talking all your crap, nobody knows whether RDJ is Dr. Doom.
Look, as long as he comes out in the green hood and says, "I'm not a crook."
No. Oh, no. I remember an Andrew Dice Clay skit, and I think 3-Star Draw will too from back in the day where he acted like Richard Nixon, but I'm not sure I want to do it here.
No, don't. Yeah, that's good. Ooh, Andrew Dice Clay, man, he was.
I loved some Andrew Dice Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. We used to just sit in the car outside the mall and listen to the entire cassette tape before we go inside. That's how much we loved Andrew Dice, dude. That was the shit.
Dennis Leary had some killer ones in the 90s too, but
yeah, but you had to be, you had to know a little bit if no, Dennis Miller. Dennis Leary, yes, absolutely.
Well,
you're right.
Dennis Leary also, but Dennis Miller, yeah, you have to know.
You had to be a little cultured.
Yep.
Cultured, I guess, is a good word to get a lot of the Dennis Miller stuff. But his delivery didn't matter. The knowledge didn't matter. His delivery is what really made it. He was unbelievable.
I still have some of those on DVD and stuff.
Just good shit.
So good.
Shit. Tony's Figs, what's up, man? Good to see you, man. Obviously was watching you earlier. I know you can't wait to customize that Grim Viper. I think that's about the only thing anybody wants to do with the Grim Viper is either army build or customize.
I don't know too many that want to army build. I know a lot that want to customize.
I didn't get him today, and hopefully you guys, you got who you wanted. You ordered who you wanted today. Pre-orders went up. 3-Star text me, said pre-orders in 1 minute, and I got that text 6 minutes later.
Yeah.
Not by his fault, but by mine. And but yeah, I got everything I wanted. So
Yep.
um, is what it is. We don't need to go through those, and that's not what we're here for. Yes, hickory dickory dock. I used to take the cigarette and I used to put it behind my head and do the whole thing, and now I can barely get my arm around my head. So those good old days are gone. But
Hey, we
yeah,
can get that range of motion back. Just come see me.
actually, shit, I probably need to make a special trip. If you could get me back to good, I'd probably fly down there about once every 2 weeks, man. I swear to God. Not kidding. Let's see here. I mean, Joseph says, "Can I ask if the Fantastic Four keeps the language okay for the younglings?" Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it
No,
does.
it's good. Yeah.
Yes, it does. To answer that question, yes, you don't have to worry about it. And I love to hear that, Clint. Yet, those are the good old days of comedy. That's for sure, man. Um,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
the '90s and even early 2000s, there was some incredible comedy heading in that time frame.
Oh yeah. And then Punk says a lot of people bought multiple Grim Vipers with my Amazon link, so people are already building them. That's good. That's great.
All right.
That shows it's working, right? The word is out. People are using the link, and
That was
yeah,
Woody,
that's
right?
great.
I mean, I mean, that was.
Well, I mean, when you order 50 of every figure, man, you know what I mean? Like, holy Jesus.
Whew,
Woody's
man,
good
that
people,
guy,
man.
he's so awesome. I
I,
wish
I,
I
I,
had
I
his
really,
space.
I really like that figure. I think I'm gonna get 25 of them. Triple D does say, he says there's some rocky language, some fiery language. Some of it's unnoticeable, and
Yeah.
some of it's a real stretch. You are a sly devil.
Ha ha.
You
Ba-dum
are a
bump.
sly devil, Triple D. All right, all
Ba-dum
right.
bump.
I get it. I get it. That's good. That's good stuff, though. I like that. I like that's wild and wacky stuff there, Triple D. Wild and
Wild
wacky.
and wacky
Wild and
stuff.
wacky stuff there. All right. So anyway, look, news is a little light. A little light. Um,
Hollywood
but there's
wants
a
to shut up for a minute and let you guys watch some movies. So,
that's right. So there are a few stories we're gonna brush up against lightly and some pictures that I wanted to share. And those are of your pictures. So I wanted to share your picks first. Because they are freaking awesome and because you do great photography. And so I figured, hey, you know what? Let's take the pics that you sent to me and let's share them for everybody. So let me pull this up. Let's get this bad boy set, and boom and booyah. Uh, who doesn't love Flint? Look, my favorite character of all time, GI Joe. But one thing I love that you do is you love to do the comic covers. You know, you love to do the well-known scenes,
yeah.
right? So I'm imagining you grabbed the background here, right? As far as the background for the pick, and then you took the Air Eagle and Flint
Yep.
and put them front and center, right?
And the Hot Wheels Sky Striker.
Oh, sweet. Shit. You know what? Yeah, I get it. Okay. I didn't realize it. I thought it was part of the pick in the back. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. I love showing these off because you do some amazing work and you do so
Well,
much of it. That's the thing, right? Like but you are dedicated to it. That's what's so great about it.
yeah, I'm trying to crank stuff out almost every day. I'm
Yeah,
doing
man.
something.
Yeah. No, this
Except for,
is
when Punk keeps me active till way too late, keeps running a stream till, all hours of the night. He said he's only going to be on for a couple hours and, he goes 4. Come on, man.
well, look, you got to know sometimes. And it was funny because I did, hear him. He was like, I said I was going to go to 11, and he was
Mm-mm.
nowhere near where
No,
he wanted
that
to
was
be.
that was good. I hope your training went well today. I hope you annoyed and had the grumble duffs and stayed in the the bathroom all day.
Yeah, speaking of grumble duffs. Anyway, we won't get into that. Here is a classic. That's a
Yeah.
classic, dude.
So
Oh my
so
God, it's
both of
so
those
good.
are the cartoon intro for the late seasons of GI Joe, with Flint saying "Yo Joe" at the beginning, and then this one with Snake Eyes quick kick jumping off there to punch out the Crimson Twins. This one took a bit of work because I had to use about 3 different screenshots
Okay.
to take out the animated parts of it and put in my parts that I took. So that's one photograph of the action figures, and then the background I had to composite and work through a bunch of things to make it look like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's still. I mean, it takes time.
Yeah.
It really does. I know it does, and trying to line everything up
I
right,
I
especially the
don't do
background
a
too.
lot of editing in my photos. I generally don't, but with when I'm getting into the aircraft and stuff like that, I've got to do more background stuff.
Yeah. Well, and that's. I mean, you're probably taking so many, you're probably taking
Yeah,
so many pictures. Like, let's just get it done, right?
yeah.
Let's get it done. And yes, I agree. I bet Woody tried to order 50, and when you have a five-figure limit, yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
an
yeah, you
issue.
gotta make a whole bunch of orders, and then Punk's got another one down there too.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
blames me for that. So yeah.
Well, you like to keep going. I will say this: it is
Hey,
funny
hey,
because
I am the one that harped on him forever. I'll take it. I'll take it. A 3 hour tour, a 3 hour live stream. That's what the clutch is there.
no, it is funny though because there's times where I'm sitting there and you and I are talking, we're over kind of our limit, and
Mhm.
yet like you're on a roll, and you're going and you're like passionate about something, and I'm like, well, I don't want to say something to him, like I don't want to say, hey, sorry man, we got to go, it's like I know he
Yep.
knows that, right? So
Yeah.
I just let it ride. I let it ride, and then and then eventually it's like we find a point there, but I hate it when we go like way over. But sometimes, man, you get on a roll, and I just let you roll with it. I'm good with it.
So back to 3 star for a second because he
Yes.
would nice behind the scenes bouncing on the act with the Air Eagle. You know what? I used some extreme sets, and so it was on one of
Oh,
the
you're.
blocks this extreme set, and then I had Flint in front of it. No, the one before that. Well,
Oh,
that
okay,
one
okay. Yeah, I thought he was talking about this one right here.
okay. For this one, that was kind of a challenge because um, I did have to use some sticky tack because my quick kick is the Shang Chi, so he doesn't have a foot peg. So I had to use some sticky tack and then
Oh, yeah.
balance him just right on the skids and the Skyhawk, and then Snake Eyes is on the foot peg, and so he stood pretty well on that foot peg. And then that was just propped up on something. And I took out the base that it was on. But that's what I did with the other one too. Is that I had these levels of bases that I had stretched out with the Sky Striker, the Air Eagle, and then Flint down up in front, so I could have the layered effect with it. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's now, and of course, I saw not Rachel says, how's Flint not getting sucked into the turbines? That's because he's Flint.
He's Flint, but he's also far away from it. He's not like in
Yeah,
front of it, right? He's
yeah,
off to the
it's
side.
foreground, off to the
Yeah,
side. He knows where he's
yeah,
supposed to be. Like
yeah.
I said, he's Flint. That's
Now
all we
this
need to
is
know.
this is a comic panel.
Um, what issue is this one from? Is
Yeah, this
this
is this is from issue 24. This
okay?
is the first appearance of the Skyhawk.
Yeah, and
This is
the
where
claw.
they the claw had been seen before because that was in issue 21.
That's right. That's
Um,
what. Yeah. Okay.
but it was the battle between the Skyhawk and the Claw. So this was a
That's it.
toyetic comic book if I ever saw one. And it's got the base. So they basically uncrate this base to house Cobra Commander and keep him away from everybody. And then they have a special extra crate in there just in case the Duke unfolds and the Skyhawks in it. And so when Storm Shadow comes in to rescue Cobra Commander, he's got to chase him down in the Skyhawk, and then Storm Shadow slices Gung Ho in the back, and
Yeah.
Roadblock takes out Storm Shadow real quick, and tries to he knocks out Storm Shadow, and then he hauls off Storm Shadow with Gung Ho on his back. So Roadblock carries them off until they get to here where Duke comes down, and then Roadblock points the 50 cal at Storm Shadow, and then the other guys come and take Gung Ho up to the base to get to medical. It's a great issue.
The I have that. I actually have that issue. It's seen better days. Most of mine. Well, no, they're mostly in pretty good shape, but some of them definitely have seen better days. And then this scene right here.
That's pretty cool. I like that
Yeah.
one.
And with the display, the gauges and everything too.
Yeah, this is where I
Super
wish that I
cool.
had a pinhole wireless camera I could stick inside the cockpit to get a
Oh
to get the
yeah.
to get the view I really wanted with Duke piloting and all that stuff.
Right?
But this is again two images. So one where the focus was on the Skyhawk and one where the focus was on the Claw, and had to composite those two, and then cut out the little window up front on the Skyhawk. There, I had to cut that out to show the window that was in the Claw picture. Um, so yeah, that part right there. So I had to cut that
Yeah.
out
Yep.
from the other image, the image of the Claw, and make the Skyhawk more detailed up
Gotcha.
front. And then I used some of the blurring effect from the other image to fuzz it out to create kind of a little motion blur around
Around
it.
the front, around
Yeah,
the
right
yep, yep,
around the
yep.
edges there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I see it. Yeah. Super cool. Yeah, man. What's up, Nolan? Good to see you.
What's up?
Um, Three-star draw says, can you imagine if Roadblock just off Storm Shadow right there? The Real American Hero run would have been about 75 issues shorter
Yeah, right.
and a lot less interesting. That's what I have to say
Well, yeah, a
about
lot
that.
less interesting. And if you use the 50 cal, there ain't nothing coming back from that.
And that's yeah. There's even for a ninja, you can't slow your heartbeat down that much. And then we have Rakondo and Dial Tone hanging out in Qatar, or
Yeah. So
or
this is
Qatar, I guess.
however you want to say it. This
Whatever.
is the very first. This is the panel that introduced dial tone to the comic book.
So awesome, dude.
So this was they were in benzene, I believe, at this time, and they're getting ready to go over the mound and charge into battle. And this is right before they charge over that hill.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thank
Yep.
you, Menjoza.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Yeah, I like to especially when you'll send me like a reel,
Yeah,
you'll send me a nice little roll of pics, and so yeah, I definitely like to go through them for sure, and again, a lot of the times they're either comic accurate, right? Comic accurate, or or cover accurate a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
times. Tony Fix says, what issue is this?
I was just reading it the other night.
I can tell you,
It's
I don't know.
40, 42, 41. I'm not sure. It's on my comic. It's on my Kindle right now.
You said whatever issue dial tone was
Yeah.
introduced.
Yep.
Uh, well, you know what? Let's find out. Boom. Look, it doesn't even. It's like, sorry, we don't understand what you're trying to
Yeah, you're
say to
right.
me.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
It's like GI Joe. That shit's old. What are you talking about?
So
It,
yeah,
it also doesn't understand what dial tone is.
oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it says Marvel 109.
No, 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 no.
There's no
This was like
way.
this was
74?
no, no, no. It's 40 something.
Huh. Well, I'm a sucker.
Oh well, it's what I'm telling people. Google AI lies to you.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah,
does.
it doesn't take factual information. It takes fan theories and other nonsense and aggregates it into the thing and see whatever is most popular is what it's going to move up the list of what it is going to give you as an answer. And so do not Google medical stuff. Go talk to an actual medical
Hey,
professional
is
because
that
the Dr. Google doesn't work anymore. It's
I
broken.
I googled with AI. It said, "Am I a good-looking man?" And it told me I was. So I know it lies, Matthew. I know it lies. That's all I gotta say about that. So Three Star says issue 56. Is that the one
Is
with
it
Roadblock
56?
charging over the cover with a 50 cal? It's got Scarlet and Flint on the front,
Hmm.
and they're being shot at by what kind of helicopter is that? Is that the Mamba? Is that the Mamba? I don't know what
No,
that is.
well, it looks like a
Fucking weird ass
weird
shit.
modified Hind D or
Yeah,
something, but
yeah, yeah. It's some weird shit. I mean, I could obviously, I could show you, but
No, I don't think so. That was first appearance of Lola, Grunt's girlfriend.
right here. Boom, boom, boom. No, not so much. Not so
I
much.
thought it was. I thought it was earlier than that. But
Well, we can wax quizzical on issue 56 or 40 something or dial tone, really, all we want. But we came here to chew bubble gum and talk about Hollywood, and I'm all out of bubble
okay,
gum, Matthew. No, I'm just
all
kidding,
out of
folks.
bubble gum.
We could talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. I really don't care. Actually, I actually just enjoy it. Period. It's called pop culture. It encompasses a little bit of everything. That could be comics, toys, movies, TV, you name it. So yeah, no, I feel fully comfortable talking about this. I do have that issue though, and it is actually sitting right over there in a box. As soon as I piece together that main, like probably first 75 issue run, I'll probably go back and read through all of them. But I've got them all digitally, so it's kind of
Well,
like,
I'm telling you, the first 112 are pretty good in my opinion.
uh
112, 117, 117. You get Destro on the run type of stuff. I thought some of that was
yeah,
good.
yeah.
So
I probably got out around 100, somewhere in
that,
there.
I mean, yeah, but for whatever reason, the you got to get to the Saw Viper ones, and then the Destro kind of separating himself before you get to Snake Eyes and Ninja Force stuff. Um, I don't know.
Ninja
I like the
Force.
I like the whole thing, but really about 117 is about where
Okay.
I kind of drop off.
That kind of makes sense if you depending on where you aged out of the figures too, in a way,
Yeah.
right? Dreadnought K6 is here. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Says a lot of doctors use Google, believe it or not. I know of two personally. That doesn't surprise me. Primary care physicians. That doesn't surprise me. I just think in this day and age, it's the go-to. It's it is what it
I
is.
don't get me started. I can go on a whole diatribe on that whole bit. So
Oh,
don't.
I firmly believe that. I just think that nowadays it's like just it's the path of least resistance, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we naturally do that. We take the path of least resistance as humans and eat no matter what your degree is and no matter what your IQ is.
Yeah.
I think most people take that path, and that even means just going to Google to look for something that
It
you
actually
learned.
it actually stems from some legal processes that took place in the 90s and
Okay.
has propagated handcuffing medical professionals and forcing a pipeline and all kinds of stuff that happened with legislation that took place in the 90s that kind of really ruined our healthcare system altogether.
Well, yeah, healthcare. The shit sucks. It's
It's
expensive
tough.
as fuck, man.
It's tough.
All right, so let's say goodbye. Say goodbye to an old friend, folks. If you grew up in the era I did, and you did, and you used to watch ETV, right? Used to watch ETV and used to have some funny talk shows, and that was all the Hollywood news, right? Especially in the 90s, man. Like, that's how you kept up with the new movies coming out. If you didn't have a subscription to Fangoria, right?
Or you watch Talk Soup with Joel McHale.
Talk Soup was one of my favorite shows. I absolutely love Talk Soup. That was, that was really that format of very loose kind of. You'd hear the producers and the staff in the background clapping
Yeah.
and cheering and joking around. Right, that's the
Yep.
G4 kind of thing.
Yep.
Right, the G4 TV kind of method. E News coming to an end, and I love the headline here: the Lindsay Lohan, Paris Hilton, Britney Spears era. It's an untouchable time in entertainment news. Is pretty much gone. It says September 25th marks the latest nail in cable TV's coffin with E News's final telecast. It really was a big deal. The red carpet, they did the red carpet for everything. I remember this chick, Julia Rancic, I think, from 2012 to 2019. She did the red carpet. I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you saw a picture of her, you would definitely recognize her. But I mean, there was a time before we had social media. Of course, a time really when internet was very brand new.
Well, but media was really changing then. So this
Yeah.
kind of set up kind of what we have now for the media because it kind of edged out the John Tesh Entertainment Tonight crowd with what they were doing.
You're right. Yeah, you're very, very right. That because cable TV became so prominent
Yeah.
that the big three started to lose that market share. And the cable shows started taking more chances. They started being a little more racy. You remember
Yep.
Howard Stern was broadcast on ETV back in the day, late night. They would
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
would play Howard Stern at late at night. That was a thing. And
Before he sold his soul.
yeah, that's a sad
It's really sad to see
story,
what happened to
man.
that man.
Yeah, that's well, yeah, a lot happened to him, but I think COVID really happened to him. I think he
Well,
lost
yeah,
his mind.
messed with his head.
Yeah. But yeah, it launched in 1991, and it really had a really long run. I'd say in the last at least 10 plus years, probably longer than that, really,
Mm.
since YouTube became prominent. Because let's not kid ourselves. YouTube, and I talked about this on Sunday night. I dared to talk about the Stephen Colbert canceling, Matthew. Can you believe I dared to talk about
How
Stephen
dare
Colbert?
you talk about Stephen
Yep, yep,
Colbert?
very, very divisive. I know he's one of the funniest people in America, even though nobody watches this
Even
show.
nobody watched his show.
But my point is that late night talk shows had a long run, several
Mm.
decade long run, and then they peaked and they've been going downhill for several years. But YouTube is where
You know
people
when I
go
stopped watching late night television?
when Letterman retired.
When Arsenio Hall canceled his show.
Oh wow, yeah, that was Eon. Matthew, you were probably 15 years old. How dare
Man,
you?
Arsenio Hall was my absolute
He was
favorite
he was funny.
late night guy. He was funny, he was engaging, and what he
Yeah.
got out of his audiences I didn't see a resurgence until Graham Nolan, and Graham Nolan's in the UK, and he did awesome stuff until he
Yeah.
went nutty too.
Graham Nolan did. Craig Ferguson was somebody I mentioned on,
Yeah,
on Sunday that was pretty funny and kind of
yeah,
was a little racy actually. With his guests, but my point being is that late night television, people started tuning out when YouTube really came to prominence because you don't need to spend $200 million a year to be authentic.
right,
So people tune in to YouTubers who have a iPhone and a clip-on microphone and can talk for 2 hours.
right,
People would rather tune into that because it's authentic. It's you, it's me, it's your neighbor, it's someone you know,
right,
and you trust that more than some slickly produced television show that employs 200 people
right.
to entertain you. And so I think this is a byproduct of a time that once was huge is now something that nobody really tunes into because it's past its time. It
Yeah,
happens. It
yep,
it happens to everything.
right.
And so yeah, I saw this and I thought it was interesting because if you look through some of this litany of names like the Paris Hilton and Britney Spears, but then you go to their 48 hours of Michael Jackson coverage when he passed away
Yep.
to Anna Nicole Smith, like the coverage of all that and again all the red carpets that they did. So it's a sign of the times. But I guess in September, they'll do their final shows. I could not tell you who hosts it anymore. I
Yeah, I
couldn't
don't know.
tell you who's on it. I couldn't tell you anything about E News. But I do remember when Joan Rivers would do the red carpet.
Yep,
That was some funny shit.
yep.
That was some funny shit back in the day. Joan Rivers was absolutely hilarious. And
She never gave an F.
Oh no, absolutely never. No, never. Uh, I ran this story by you earlier, and we've been hearing about this for a while. And you guys know who Zach Galligan is, right? Zach
They
Galligan.
probably don't because he
Anybody
hasn't he
know?
hasn't done a lot.
Anybody know? Can anybody tell me what movies Zach Galligan was in? Before I share this story, can anybody tell me Zach Galligan, world famous, world renowned actor, done some of the finest cinema known to man? 3-star draw.
3-star, got it.
He already
Yep,
knows. Okay,
yep.
so I came
So
across
it's the NECA figures I've never picked up, but always wanted to, but probably never will.
right. Well, evidently Zach Galligan says that Gremlins 3 just waiting on Spielberg to read and approve the script. Warner Brothers is incredibly interested. Now, this story came out today at 2:47 p.m. Pacific time on Variety. This is a Variety article, and usually Variety somewhat vets their stuff.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Now, from what I know of the script that they've been trying to pass around for Gremlins, I don't know that Spielberg is going to approve that script from what I know of what has been done to this point. Because it goes in a direction that I don't think that he really wants to be a part of.
So this was in Manchester Comic Con, okay, and he was there. Zach Galligan was there, and he says that after 35 years, they've come up with the script. He told the crowd. He said, Warner Brothers is incredibly interested. Apparently, it's waiting on Mr. Spielberg to read and approve it, but you can thank the success of Beetlejuice.
Yep.
Which I get that, right?
Yeah.
I do. Now, as far as a script, I don't know what you've heard. I can't really remember what I heard personally about the script. Do you remember anything about it that like, is it just, I mean, I can't imagine anything being goofier than Gremlins 2.
Well, it was just I can't remember it off right now off the top of my head. But it was just in a really weird direction, and I'm like, that's not going to make a good movie. So I can only imagine that Steven would look at it and say, that's devoid of any creativity. Why would I want to be associated with it? There's nothing different.
Right.
It's not even cheeky or biting, because Gremlins 2 was a satire on the Trump era of New York in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
So it was all a satire on Trump, and the corporatism that overtook New York in that era. And there's any which way that they go with any kind of satire in it right now isn't going to hit the way that they think it will.
No, because audiences they don't have the nuance anymore.
Right.
Like they don't, but you know what? Nobody really got the nuance of that back then.
They didn't. No,
they didn't perform well. Now, looking back on Gremlins 2, I think a lot of people can look back on it and they see the things they were poking fun at, and they go, oh, okay, I get that. At the time, though, coming off the original, it's like, what the hell is this? Like, this is not what we wanted. And so it did not do well at all. Now, I didn't know that in 2023 they had Secrets of the Mogwai and the Wild Batch for season 2. Like, and Galligan did some guest roles, whatever. But it says in an April interview with Deadline, the Warner Brothers picture co-chief Pam Abdy let it slip that the studio was working with Spielberg on developing new entries in the Gremlins and Goonies franchises. We've heard about Goonies before. We talked about that last year, I believe. News broke earlier in the year that Potsy Ponzaroli had been hired to write the script for Goonies 2, with Spielberg returning as a producer. As far as Gremlins 3, no writer or director has been announced. It's the original Gremlins, which famously led to the creation of the PG-13 rating, along with Spielberg's Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, was a box office hit. But now $212 million.
And the Black Cauldron.
Black Cauldron, yeah, I remember that. $212 million back in 84? Was it 84 when Gremlins came out? And then it says the sequel was less successful with $41 million. That shows you how big of a drop off it was and how it didn't resonate with audiences. But it is a cult classic, and a lot of people do actually go back and look at Gremlins 2 with fondness now.
But people didn't get the satirical references that it was trying to make through the whole movie. Now audiences are a little more savvy. So Mendoza, I know, and I think he might have learned a lesson from West Side Story. I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't
Well,
know.
I'd say
But
probably put
one of the
your
biggest lessons is
movie in English.
nobody should ever hire Rachel Zegler for anything ever again. But
Oh, that's
that's
right. That was her
and
big break.
she just quit her stage role because
Evita?
yeah, she just quit. She walked off stage. I forgot
Wait,
to send that to you.
what?
No, I forgot to send
What?
that to you. I found that and I thought you would have seen it. No, she fucking quit. She was having too much anxiety and stressing over things, and so she just walked off the stage.
No! God, no!
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Wait,
So
I thought it was successful. I thought
yeah,
she was having success.
yeah,
Triple
yeah.
D, we'll see you later. Catch the replay, buddy. 3 a.m. does come early. Yes, it does. Hey, send me a Instagram or something like that if you see anything about Hawaii, a
Oh yeah, yeah.
YEE. If you're up that early and anything's going down, I know it won't be that quite early yet, but yeah, let me know, man. Let me know. Get you some sleep, buddy. Um, yeah, that's. I mean, I thought it was successful. I thought it was
Yeah, it was.
it was something that she would hang her hat on, supposedly. Um, damn, that's well, too bad. Look,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I can't stand a girl.
Yeah, so
Eh,
E Online reported it. She left the
oh,
performance.
E,
She left the performance mid show, like
oh,
literally.
stop it.
I told you she walked off stage.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was 4 days ago that they reported on that.
All the trades were talking about how wonderful she was, how great she was in Evita, and this was like what she was born to do,
Yep.
right? Well, evidently not. Evidently, I would say that maybe the anxiety comes from some of the choices you've decided to make along the way that you didn't fully believe in, but were told
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Maybe you're having some sleepless nights. So
Yeah.
look, George Lucas made his Comic Con debut this past weekend, unveiled his first look at the Temple to the People's Art Museum. He was joined on stage by Guillermo del Toro and production designer Doug Chang, who's been around at Lucasfilm and with him for a long time. And
I love what Del Toro said in this panel, but
so the basically this was Lucas. How do I explain it as far as the people's art? Let's see if I can get to it real quick, and I'll kind of get an idea. Let's see here. I do want to say this, and this tells you the power of George Lucas, which I think is
yeah,
fascinating. Even at his age, which I know when he's speaking publicly, there are times where it can be difficult. Of letting he forget some stuff.
yeah,
Thousands waited hours just to get inside, chanting his name while they waited. Gave a wild standing ovation as he took the stage, introduced by Queen Latifah, the Equalizer, ladies and gentlemen, and sat down next to Guillermo. God damn it, I can't say it. Guillermo. Where's Tony when you need him?
Guillermo.
Elmo del Toro and Star Wars production designer Doug Chang. I can say Chang, chicka chang chang, some bitch. That's a little Chappelle show for you. Chappelle show. All right. Anyway, 6,500 people we're not disappointed because he did not talk about Star Wars, didn't talk about
Yep.
Indiana Jones.
Right.
However, it said here, it says he got a standing ovation when he devoted entirely to the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. It says it's a museum that basically he is making for the validity of narrative art, which includes comic book art as a vital form of expression. Quote, this is a temple to the people's art. Speaking about the idea for his museum, his first words were about how he began acquiring art in college, and all he could do was afford comic book art. He has 40,000 pieces of artwork now. And I suppose when you acquire $4 billion in stocks and money from Disney, you could buy as much art as you want. Is this the quote that you're talking about, Del Toro? And maybe not. It could be this entire thing. It says, what is important to me what is magical is not a man and his collection, it's the lineage of images. We're in a critical moment in which one thing they like to disappear is the past. And this is memorializing a popular, vociferous, and eloquent moment in our visual past that belongs to us all, and the museum celebrates this. So this is a Lucas-funded museum, basically. Let's see here.
No, he talked about AI. That's the part that I was most interested in. Yeah.
Okay, see that. Oh wait, you highlighted it. Thank you, Guillermo.
Guillermo.
All right, I'm gonna get it right. Hang on, Guillermo del Toro. All right, I got it. Damn it, not G. Thank you, Tony.
See, it's not GIF, it's GIF. So there.
It is GIF, actually, from the creator himself.
But he created the graphical image format, so it's GIF. He can't decide to retroactively change it to GIF.
I don't think he retroactively. I think that's what he called it.
No, it's a graphical image format. So
what if he interactively, like in the middle of all of it, not the beginning or the end, but in the middle, he decided
it's GIF. It's GIF is GIF.
I do like the fact. I do like the fact there's gonna be some Ralph McQuarrie art.
Oh yeah,
from Raiders and Star Wars. I think Star Wars is pretty awesome. Props of starships and speeders.
One of my biggest regrets is that I didn't get in on that Ralph McQuarrie art book that was kickstarted several years ago, because that book was freaking amazing. Yeah, and I didn't have the ability to back it at the time.
Yeah, you can't get it now.
And I regret that.
Yeah,
so much.
There's a Batman book that from Paul. I think it's the Paul Dini. It's from the animated series, and it's like $500 or $600 now at least.
Yeah,
I think.
Yep.
And I remember when it came out, and I was like, man, I need that.
Yeah.
And now I need it more than ever because I'm sad. No, I'm kidding. So nonetheless, Doug Chiang though, man, like Doug Chiang did a lot of that concept art, as well in the prequels and stuff like that, man. And he had worked with Lucas for a long time. What I found, I guess, look, the museum and look, I would love to check it out. I think if as far as where it's located, I didn't see exactly in the story, where it's at. I mean, look, that's gonna be easy to find, right? But what I did like was the fact that was the first time Lucas has been to a Comic-Con. Like that's amazing to me.
Yeah. I also don't know that I actually believe that, because in the 70s and 80s, I know Mark Hamill was going to them. And I was pretty sure that George went to them also.
I mean,
in those really early days, but before it got corporate for sure.
Well, and you could obviously revise that history, right? You could always revise.
Well, they do it all the time,
and yes, they do. But I found that interesting, because you think just through all the years, you know what I mean, like and pre Disney, pre whatever, right? But yeah, not necessarily about Star Wars, but the museum will have Star Wars stuff in it. And I do. I mean, look, this is why. All right, we talk about this shit all the time. This is why, like, we get so upset, or not, right? Everyone's, oh, you're mad all the time, whatever. If you care about something so much because either you're close to it, you grew up with it, it means a lot to you, you care about it, right? And just because you care about it or you get upset about it doesn't mean you're grumpy or you're angry or you're the angry old man and get off my lawn, because a lot of what they're talking about with a lot of this stuff is like they're close to it too. They just happen to have it for a job. Right. This is what they're able to do, right? They became directors, they became producers, they became, filmmakers or whatever, right? And so it's like, but when you care about it, you don't like to see it get screwed over or put in the shitter or inferior product.
Right.
Right. I mean, if we would look at the prequel series as an inferior product, which many people do to the original trilogy,
Yep.
then what do we consider the sequel trilogy and all the Disney Plus Star Wars shit? What do you consider that then? If the prequels are inferior product, then what do you consider all the stuff that's come since
Well,
then?
just think about how everybody's opinion of the prequels changed when the sequels came out.
That's true.
Because everybody started saying, well, the prequels weren't that bad. Actually, the third one was really good and tied into the original trilogy pretty well. But the sequels, they've got no connection. They've got no soul. There is nothing connecting them narratively, visually, in any way, shape, or form connects them to the first 6 movies.
Yeah, I mean, you're right though. Opinions did change after we saw the sequel trilogy and then shit like the Acolyte and Obi-Wan and whatever. I did want to say hey to Shane, same time.
What's
What's going
up?
on, buddy? I said George did cons before life got really good. Not that he needed the money. Little boy blue. Because he needed the money. Oh! All right. So anyway, Guillermo
Guillermo.
said, myth belongs to all of us. Propaganda belongs to a very small group. He said myth unites us, propaganda divides us. Yeah. And he was talking about the difference between art for myth building purposes and art for propaganda purposes. And
Well, that's a
true.
great quote too. That's a great
Absolutely.
quote right there.
Absolutely it is.
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't bring this story up because 3 stars said, hey, have you seen Happy Gilmore? Have you seen it? I said, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to probably watch it this weekend.
Yep. So my wife had never seen the first one, so we had to watch the first one this weekend.
Yeah, because if you watch the second one, then it's really going to mess some stuff up because I
Right.
already know the plot.
Yeah.
So, it's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So, poor Julie Bowen. But anyway, so Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore 2 debuts to 46.7 million views. Biggest Netflix U.S. film opening ever. That is fascinating, bro.
Isn't
like,
that?
Holy shit.
So listen. This is what I've been saying for a while now, and I know you've heard it from other people too. I don't know how you feel on it, but they should not be counting box office in terms of dollars. They should be counting box office in terms of tickets sold, like they do in France and other countries.
Agree.
Because if you go by tickets sold, you would see this sharpening decline in the number of people attending movies altogether. And if they were honest, which they don't want to be, because they want to build hype, and that's why they don't go to that. But if they did, actual tickets sold would be a huge difference in the box office.
I would prefer that measurement. Because you can play with the numbers. Like, I mean, look, if you wanted to delineate between IMAX and premium and 2D and like whatever, fine.
Yeah.
But I would prefer that method. But they'll never go for that method because you can't massage the numbers the way that you can when you just use dollar amounts.
Yeah, because then you fudge in all of those other the IMAX, the D box, the whatever screenings. Yeah.
And you try to do like, your pre-adjusted for inflation type stuff, right?
Yep.
And all that stuff and fool people. G.I. Jetman is here, and I want to say hey to G.I. Jetman. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. But yeah, this, I mean, look, I had a lot of people at work talking about this before it came out. I had people asking me, are you going to watch it? You going to watch it?
So
I knew it was coming. I said, I'll get to it.
I was not excited about it because there have been some questionable Adam Sandler products that have come out from his company on Netflix, where he's got that contract and he's just kind of making stuff to make stuff.
$275 million contract, by the way.
Yeah. But I understand that some of his stuff is okay. Some of it's not great. But when I heard about this and I heard what they were going to do with it, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I like Adam and I like what he's trying to do, but I'm not sure. And then everybody's raving about this. So I am excited about seeing it probably this weekend.
I will do the same. I'll check it out this weekend. We'll let everybody know if we get a chance. I'll let you know on Tuesday. Hubie Halloween, one of the worst pieces of shit I've ever tried to lay eyes on. I'm not gonna lie. That was embarrassingly bad. But I do like Adam Sandler.
Yeah, GI Bro. I'm pretty sure it was. I believe that's where one of the premieres happened or audience screenings and Mark Hamill had been going to Comic-Con, so I know he talked about it.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure George Lucas has been to Comic-Con before it got corporate. That's for sure.
Matthew, why would the media lie to me?
Because they're the media, and that's what they do.
Joseph says OG Trilogy Rogue One, and I'm good. I got to tell you, Joseph, I ain't hating you on that. I'm not going to hate you on that.
I like episode 3. There's a couple things that I would probably change back to the way they were originally or change it a little bit, but I like episode 3 also.
Good day, mates. What is going on? Ronnie Trickshot says, hey, Happy Gilmore 2 was heaps of fun.
Yeah. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. And I know 3-Star really enjoyed it too. Hey, I love the Zohan. I'm not going to lie. And I'm going to tell you that the girl that's in that movie, holy moly of molies. Whew. She is fire. Anyway, yeah, 3-Star says Happy 2 was good. A few good laugh out loud scenes. I'm sure there are. I have no doubt there are those laugh out loud because he is good at getting you to at least like open your mouth and let out an audible sound of some kind, right? Like that's true. He is able to do that in his movies. That's for sure. So, I can't argue with that. Let's see. Same Time Toy says $26.43 IMAX 3D. And that's a 50 OG New Hope tickets.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, yeah, sure. And a lot of people, like to, I like to look at it from tickets sold, but I wish we got that information. You'd have to be a serious person, and try to break that stuff down, right? But you don't get the breakdown of the numbers, you just don't get a breakdown of the numbers.
You'd have to estimate and break down the numbers based on average ticket prices, and every state's different, and
and Viper Scout, second run theaters, right? I mean, you've got, then you've got your discount theaters afterwards. And he also laughed twice during Happy Gilmore 2, but he's also not a big Adam Sandler fan. Yeah, you gotta be. No, that's fine. You gotta be on that, right? If you don't have Netflix, chances are you're probably not gonna catch it. Although there are ways, G.I. Jet Man, if you are of the
why don't you have Netflix?
Type.
Netflix and Amazon are the 2 easiest streaming services to have because they have the most content.
I would definitely, if I was gonna pay for. If I would pay for all of them, if I was going to pay for just 1 or 2, yes, Netflix definitely would.
I don't consider myself paying for Amazon Prime. I just pay for free shipping from Amazon.
Well, okay. Let me take that back. Yes, the same here.
And I get a streaming service.
Yeah,
for that.
You get Prime. Yeah, I get it. No, that's how everybody gets it, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. Hey, Grown Ups, I thought was fantastic. I have not seen Grown Ups 2, but Grown Ups, that shit made me laugh, and especially with what's his name and his daughters, Joe Dirt. Oh my God, I forgot his name, but him with I think it's him with
Schneider.
No, it's not Schneider. It's the other fuck nut.
Anyway,
Spade, and I think it's Spade and his daughters. Maybe it is Schneider. I can't remember, but I just know that the daughters are hot, and and him and his wife
Spade,
is old as shit. He's way older than he is. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Look, Frank Dumanu is here. What's going on, man? Good to see you, my friend. So yeah, but look, notable for sure. If and look, we're gonna see something else come through, and it's gonna probably blast past this at some point in time. But as long as Netflix has been out, for that to have the biggest, U.S. film opening ever, that's impressive, And obviously, it showed that people were interested in going to see this. It's so funny to look back and see the numbers. Happy Gilmore 2, 30 years, almost, it's 30 years after the first film almost, and the first film generated 40 million, and you're like, 40 million? But back in 1996, 40 million was a successful movie for a comedy that cost $9 million or $6 million to make, Like it's just so funny seeing those numbers nowadays and going, wow, the first Terminator made $86 million at the box office. And it's like, whoa, in
Yeah,
1984.
when you look at those numbers, but then you also have to compare it to production budgets at the time. And then you got to think, yeah, and then T2 rocked the box office. T2 had a better
Yeah.
sales than Terminator did, just like
Yeah.
Aliens had better sales than Alien did.
Yeah.
No,
you're right.
Those are two of the greatest sequels ever made.
So something I don't want to see, you sent this to me earlier today.
I don't want to see this either.
I do not want to see a new Cannonball Run with Pedro Pascal and
Nope.
Jack Black.
Nope. I do want to see it with Gary Beekler and Quarter Black Garrett and Jeremy Griggs.
Jesus
and
Christ.
They talked about doing a Comic-Con Cannonball Run.
You can see that now live. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They were going to live stream their trip across the country to go to Comic-Con or something.
So let me ask you guys in the chat, okay? What do you remember most as a kid about Cannonball Run? What do you guys remember most about Cannonball Run as a kid when you were watching it, knowing that you probably shouldn't have been watching it, maybe? But who do you remember most?
I was gonna say I remember the T-Bird, and is it Pam Anderson?
I don't think it's Pam.
No, okay.
It's the chicks in the, what is it, a Lambo?
Yeah, the Lambo. Yeah,
and
Lambo
they
goes.
have the zip up bodysuits where they have them zipped down like all with the cleavage.
Yep.
That's what I remember. Now, look, I loved Burt Reynolds. I was a big Burt Reynolds fan. I loved Dom DeLuise, right?
Yeah, gotta love Dom.
I remember Jackie Chan, but he wasn't the Jackie Chan we all came to know. That was early for people in America. It's the girls in the Lambo.
Yep.
With the flip up doors.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
And the chicks inside with the racing suits on. I'm sorry. Like that's just the way it was when I was that age. It's like, whoa. What are those? They're so round. Are those coconuts? Bobby Wold is here as well.
They're
everyone.
They're rock melons.
Rock melons. That's right. Ronnie Trickshot. Rock melons. Everyone in Happy Gilmore 2 was a son or daughter from the first movie, even the Jackass guy. Yes.
Yeah.
They did have people's actual sons, daughters in the movie, the actors' offspring, which is pretty cool, which does show you that is a pretty fun thing that Adam Sandler is just like, hey, you know what? I'm fortunate enough to put my friends in my movies, give them a paycheck. You know that all of his friends he puts in his movies, he buys them a car for every movie. No. He buys them a car once they hit X amount of movies. And I think he owes Dan Patrick a car because he's been in like 10 of his movies or some shit like that. But yeah, his friends, once they reach so many movies, he buys them a car of their choice. That's pretty cool.
Adrian
Barbeau. Adrian Barbeau.
And Tara Buckman.
Holy moly, dude. Ronnie Trickshot, you keep saying it out loud. You might get it. Let's see.
Will it into fruition?
I know, right? Nolan said Jackie Chan kicking ass.
Always.
I'm with you, 3-star. I don't either. Dom DeLuise, outtakes. Yeah, always the outtakes at the end of Smokey and the Bandit. Those movies were fun. Yeah, Adrian Barbeau. Farrah Fawcett says Frank Duminiu. Was Farrah in that movie?
She was in one of them, I think.
I can't remember.
She wasn't a Lambo girl, but yeah.
Hey, Dreadnought, Kelly Bundy, back in the day when I was in high school. Sure. I'm with you there.
Christina
Stanley's
Applegate,
back.
man.
Stanley's back. Yeah,
I-
Christina Applegate.
I had a big crush on her for sure.
Bro Goo in the house. What is up, Bro Goo? Love it. Good to see you. That's first time, I would say. First time here, I believe. And correct me if I am wrong. Bobby Mold says, how many movies is that for the car? Because this will be the second one Eminem was in.
Nah,
What?
I don't know. You are correct. That is the first comment from Brogu on this
Okay.
channel.
Rock and roll, baby. And 3-star says it was Farrah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, look, nobody wants to see this. I'll tell you what, I damn sure don't want to see anything else with Pedro Pascal for a while. Okay? Not at least until Doomsday, damn it.
Look, just because Pedro wears a mustache does not mean that he's as charming as or engaging as Burt Reynolds. I'm just saying.
Think so?
I'm just saying.
I agree 100%.
And there's no way Jack Black can be as funny as Dom DeLuise. I know he used to be funny, but he's not funny anymore.
Well, so just for you, Ronnie Trickshot, get you some.
There it is. There it is. Hey,
That's
you
enough
can
of
throw up
that.
some of those other pictures that I
Oh.
sent you that proves that he's no.
Oh no. We're about to get into it, folks, because it's about that time. It's about the time to talk about Fantastic Four. I think we've had enough run of our news, so to speak. Look, we could take a look at some trailers, but we're running on about 10:15, 10:20 right now. So what do you think, Matthew? What would you like to do?
Whatever moves it forward. Let's talk about Fantastic Four.
Let's do it, man. Fantastic Four first steps. Okay, so the first thing I want to show is something a little creepy. You guys may have seen this, you may have not, but I did want to show this because this has been the conversation going around for a while now. If you have noticed, in the lead up to Fantastic Four first steps, the two lead co-stars, Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal, have been very intimate, handsy, affectionate.
Handsy's a good term.
So we're going to take a look at a little compilation video. We'll scrub through it. But keep in mind that Vanessa Kirby is engaged. She also is pregnant. And during this press tour for Fantastic Four. And while
She
there's
was
a lot
not during the filming of the
not
movie.
during the filming.
Is the baby Pedro's?
Well,
Probably not.
okay, so the talk is that when you watch them interact together, Pedro is kind of like the gay best friend is probably the best way that I could put it, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
I don't think you can put it any better.
So let's just watch a little bit of this video. We'll scrub through it. It is about 5 minutes long, so we're not going to kill you guys with this. But let's just take a peek at this compilation.
Has it been a long day thus far?
No,
Are
we've
you
actually
feeling
really
fresh?
enjoyed
Now look.
talking about the film and being with each other.
Well,
He's
that's
one of my
good.
favorite people in the world.
Yeah.
So it's almost like we've cried,
Amazing.
we've laughed.
These are gorgeous. I think that's my favorite image so far.
Just our hands.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, she's engaged
Yep.
and pregnant.
That was our
You don't have
very
to
first
see-
day
As
as
long as
well.
you don't have to see my face.
Why? It's like, oh, go on,
I know
tell
what
us.
his is. It's
What?
about being the internet's daddy.
Oh, please stop asking me.
Yeah. Do you mind that? No, he likes that. Yeah, he likes it. No, he likes that one.
Ask him more, if anything.
Yeah.
Don't ever fix your lips to say that, bro. I'm sitting right here.
So and she's got this stunning, these stunning eyes, and every once in a while, a look would sort of like draw up, and it would get a distant look, and it could be in the middle of a conversation. I was like,
Right in the middle of a
she
conversation.
must be thinking of.
All right. The red carpet is what I really want to get to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it in so much of their stuff. They are really trying to sell the relationship that they have in the film. So I mean, they're acting through all of this.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are they acting
diabolically gorgeous?
like they
Goes
like
forward.
each other this much, or
I was like,
She's like, continue.
oh yeah. I was thinking,
Or-
hilarious.
did they
I'm
grow
funny
this
man in
close,
all
like
ways.
on
Sexy.
the set?
He always makes him laugh. I say it all the
Well,
time.
if they did, it's going to break up her
Because of the way
engagement.
that you say-
I mean, the
Wait.
red carpet is the one. The red carpet is the one that for me like is probably. Let's see here. Let's see.
Person opposite me is a joy to work with.
Easiest one so far.
Watch out. Watch out.
I've seen this before. Look at.
Like a double area?
I'm a double Aries.
Well, he does
Aries.
like sucking things, doesn't he?
What the what the
Well, there was
Into
something.
astrology? Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Vanessa loves astrology.
She's just being contrarian today.
Do you think? You got competition.
All right, what's your rising? What's your rising?
Went to a space show.
What's your rising sign?
Yeah.
Is it really?
look at did you see dude like the other cast members,
Yeah.
like they're literally like it's not even the red carpet. I was trying to find the red carpet. I thought it was in this 5-minute compilation. The red carpet is the one where like he has anxiety.
Yeah.
He said that he has anxiety and that he is petrified of being left alone. Okay.
Tom Cruise syndrome.
Yes. And so he basically is rubbing her belly and her hips and trying to get her to stay with him when she tries to go and just do another interview because you're just hitting one up after another.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing like to see him. Now, here was my biggest thing is that if you're at work and then your HR comes to you and says like or you say somebody complains or whatever and you say, well, I just have anxiety, that's why I rub my coworkers, that's why I rub at my coworkers, would that fly for you and me?
Okay.
Does that work
So,
for
hey,
you and me?
I've got a great story for you that's on that same lines, right? We were talking about this the other day. There was a Harvard graduate who got hired at a big company, and they started working there. So a professional environment, right? And this employee had been biting people for 6 months before somebody reported it to HR because they said, oh, it's an anxiety thing, it's whatever. But somebody finally reported it to HR and they had to deal with the situation because that's assault. And you're biting people because you're excited, because you have anxiety. I don't care. This is a behavior that we break in 6-year-olds and 3-year-olds by biting them back.
No, that's what my mom did to me. That's what my mom did to me. She bit me back. I bit my sister and drew blood. My mom bit me on the arm, and she didn't draw blood, but made it really red.
Yeah.
And I never bit anybody again.
Exactly.
I was a child.
You stop these behaviors in childhood through proper rearing of children. You don't let these behaviors continue.
Like it amazes me. I think this is the red carpet moment. I could be wrong. And again, I thought I had it in that video. But there's a moment where she's trying to kind of pull away and he's begging her. Now Vanity Fair describes it as a sweet moment. So let's see if this is a sweet moment.
I've been busy.
I know, baby.
Answering questions about you.
You can't.
Look at him. Look at how he's got his hands on her hips.
Yeah.
She's like, look, he's like, where have you been? She's like, I've been busy. So here, let's finish this out real quick.
Leave me alone that long. That's a little too long, baby.
We need it.
Come on. Very codependent. Very codependent. Just like I'm very codependent on Phil.
Codependent.
That shit is fucking weird, man.
Okay, so you know what's going through my head right now? Don't you forget about
Oh,
me.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
That
because once the
and
movie's over and the filming's over, it's
yeah.
off to a new shoot.
Well, it's not just that. If you know the meaning behind that song, you understand what that relationship was right there.
I tell you what,
Oh man.
I think that for me and the red carpet or the blue carpet as it was, if I was her fiance, and there's many more clips, you can look them up. There's a ton of more clips where she's stroking his hair, or he's rubbing her belly. If I was her fiance, there ain't no way in fuck. And so to me, that tells me that somewhat might lead me to believe that he is the gay best friend.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I mean, it clearly looks that way.
And Ronnie says, look, if I ever catch Miss Trick Shot pulling that kind of shiz, I'm buying a ton more G.I. Joes. But you get it, right? You know what I'm saying?
You're going to get into classified if that happens?
I mean, yeah, right. And I just think it's interesting because, like, do you think she would be just playing into that? Do you think she's just doing that because she understands that, like, okay, he's that special, and I just need to placate him to get through this filming, these press junkets, and get this shit over with so I can get back to my life? But what do you tell your fiance? I mean,
No, okay. So listen,
blows
that's
my mind. That's the wrong thing to do.
Well, but that's exactly what she probably tells her fiance is like, look,
you may be right.
I got to get through this press tour. This is the only way we're going to make it through this press tour and make this movie a success. I've got to placate this guy because otherwise he's going to blow up. He's going to lose his shit. He's going to do something that's going to tank the freaking film. And I've got to keep him pinned down. And so this is a business decision. And so she probably goes home every night and tells him that while she's, caressing his cheek or whatever, doing whatever calming technique that Pedro said, hey, could you, jerk me off in the middle of this stream or while we're having this interview so I can just calm down.
No, think about this though, right? You go back to your trailer. This is on the press junket. What about during filming when you're on location for 6 weeks or 2 months and you're filming and you go back to your trailer or you go out to dinner? Like, and then we've seen the video of him. I mean, man, this shit is weird.
Yeah.
This shit is weird. I'm sorry. And I agree, Brogu. I just think that it's like, we've seen actors do this. We've seen co-stars play up. I think Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga kind of played up a little bit of kind of, are they in love? Are they not in love? When A Star Is Born, when they were promoting that film. But but nothing like this. And especially if somebody's like in a relationship. Now, look, Hollywood relationships, what is that, right? Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
But bottom line is that it's really strange. And like I said, look, you can find so much more footage of it.
Oh yeah.
Than what I showed there. And it's unfortunate because the clip I watched on a show I watched was that clip, but it had different parts. And I wonder if they had a different version that had edited parts. So maybe I grabbed the wrong one because it wasn't as good as I thought it was. But nonetheless, it's very odd.
It did look like he was trying to control her.
For sure. Like, hey, stay with me, stay
yeah.
with me. No. And then they look, especially for these big movies, they do all these talk shows and they do all these interviews. They have to hold up, little cards that say who's the perfect co-star and shit like that.
And you know what?
We've all seen that stuff.
This is the problem with the way modern media and paparazzi are and stuff like that. We're going to catch you in those unguarded moments. Whoever is going to catch you, whether you know it or not, and all of your tells will be for the world to see. And anybody who knows body language and has studied body language is going to dissect that stuff. And then there's going to be stories and rumors and all kinds of stuff coming out that you've got to combat. And this is why back in the day, the studio system controlled their actors so much in terms of their press exposure so that they wouldn't, be presented in a way that they didn't want them to be based on the movie that it was coming out. I mean, think about how they protected Rock Hudson for his entire career.
Oh, sure. 100%. Right. I mean, and there's several there's plenty plenty of other
Yeah.
movie stars, right? Mr. Magus, what's going on?
What's up?
Good to see you here. He says, all she gotta do is show her fiance that cowboy movie he played and everything is okay. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. You sent me that Stranger, what was it? Stranger Way of Life, or I actually, I checked it out. I didn't watch it, but I sussed through it. I looked up synopses and everything. And yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that one. Joseph says Pedro needs a wubby. Probably has one just behind the scenes. GI Bro says, I told my wife I touch female coworkers because of anxiety. You see, that's my point. If we tried that shit, at work, you would be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
But in Hollywood, it's celebrated. The trades say it's endearing. It's cute. Look at how fun this endearing moment on the car. It's like, no, this shit is fucking creepy. To any normal person, that shit is creepy. Yes. And look, there's been a lot of these people for sure. I know Danny Masterson, yes, John Travolta, Tom Cruise. You can name several people through the years, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
James
really,
Franco even is one that's been
they
accused.
They did not
or
protect Danny Masterson. They threw him straight under the bus.
Okay, so quickly. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Coldplay. Yeah, so the guy that got busted on the kiss cam is now considering suing Coldplay for being caught cheating with another woman at a Coldplay concert, and he's considering suing for defamation. Good luck with that one.
This is a discussion that we had last week in the office. We were talking and saying, wait a minute. You know, when you purchase tickets, you're signing an agreement.
Yes.
And you have to read the fine print on the agreement on the back of the ticket. And on the back of the ticket, it says that there's a kiss cam, that there's these other cameras, and in footage of you may be used on screen during the concert, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be public information. So you're on public display during this concert, because as the band, we reserve the right to use anything that happens in our stadium during our concert for whatever we want to. Right. So when you purchase a ticket for a show, it's in there. So as soon as you buy that ticket, you're signing that contract. So he's got nothing to sue.
No, there's no good. I mean, good luck trying to prove defamation when you're caught on a fucking kiss cam. Are you serious?
Well, so it's not just
here.
So the lawsuit will insinuate that the Coldplay singer, because of what he said when they were on the camera and he saw that happen, and he said something to the effect of well, somebody might not be so honest, or what, somebody might be committing adultery, or whatever. He made that kind of comment on stage in front of everybody when that happened, because of the awkwardness of what that was. Now, had they just played into it and just snuggled up against each other, nobody would have said shit. Nobody would have put it out anywhere, because that happens at every freaking concert, and everybody
100%.
just kind of digs into it when they're on camera. If you don't, then there's something to be said. And bam, there it is.
Well, the way that they reacted meant they knew that, if somebody has video of this. And now there's been this whole, really quickly, there's been this whole Reddit internet thing where people have been posting pictures they took at the concert, and that couple is in the background, like in the corner of their picture, that they weren't taking a picture of them. They were taking a picture of like the show, and you can see them up in like the balcony, and it's in the corner. They're like a little, just different pictures, and people are posting these pictures of them like up there during the show at various points during the show, not just the kiss cam, but various points during the show.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's created this whole meme thing or whatever. I'm trying to get the numbers to come up, because I was just going to bring it up on the screen while we talk about Fantastic Four. Grogu, I hate to hear that Grogu was asked to rub Pedro, your brother Grogu, by the way, and hey, look, congratulations on your brother having a fantastic career. Got a huge movie coming out soon, Grogu. So congratulations to Grogu. But unfortunately, Grogu had to report Pedro to HR.
And that's why they won't let him on set anymore. And John Wayne's son is the only person allowed in the costume anymore.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's a crying shame, folks.
That's the facts of the matter.
That's
Thank you, Brogru.
Hey, thank you for being honest and sharing your story. I know that was difficult.
Sharing your truth. We appreciate it.
Your truth. That's right. Living your truth. Roddy Trickshot he wouldn't be suing Vanessa Kirby. Let's say, if he was caught with Vanessa Kirby, he wouldn't be suing her. That's for sure. But nonetheless, look, Mr. Baggis, I hope you didn't get involved with that guy's weird life. If you did, please tell. Do tell. Spill the tea, Mr. Baggis. Inquiring minds want to know. And I'd love to see any pics of anybody at a Coldplay concert.
Yeah.
Suckers. Anyway, okay, so here we go. Fantastic Four. $128 million gross domestic after 4 days in release.
Wait. What was the 4-day on Superman?
It was
120.
Actually, so if we take it, Superman actually did better at the box office because it did 122. Fantastic Four did 118.
See, I was skeptical about that because they were reporting those numbers on Sunday morning.
Yes.
And normally they don't report those Monday numbers until Monday morning, because if they report on Monday morning, then you know that they're accurate for all of Sunday. So that 118 I'm suspicious of, and this could be some Warner Brothers trickery going on, because I don't know that it was actually 118. I think it was higher than 118.
Well, in Warner Brothers trickery, I'm saying Superman did like 122 domestic.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four did 118 domestic.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is that those numbers were reported on Sunday morning, not Monday morning.
I will tell you, the numbers website is having some serious issues. I've had trouble getting it to update all afternoon today.
Yep.
Even right now, I'm having issues with it. It just will not display. So, but internationally, not quite $100 million for Fantastic Four. So not doing as well as Superman.
Yeah. Which is what we all predicted, right? It was Jurassic Park,
Superman, and then Fantastic Four. Now, I will tell you my thoughts, and I've tried. Anyway, so here's the deal. Review-wise, look, I like the film. I made that known the other night.
That wasn't me.
That is me. I am expecting a something that might take me away for maybe 2 minutes. Okay. Just to let you know, but that's okay, because that will probably give you a chance to let you dig in. But we're going to dig in together until that moment. But so I gave my opinion on the movie Sunday night during my unfiltered stream. Okay, here's the deal. I enjoyed the film. I liked it better than I thought I would. I thought it was endearing. It had a more focused plot, in my opinion, from beginning to end than Superman. I thought it was a better, concise narrative. I thought that Johnny Storm had the best character growth or arc of the film out of anyone in the movie. Personally, I thought Ben Grimm's side story was a waste of time, but I did enjoy Galactus on screen. I did not care for the way the team were able to deal with him, and I'm not going to spoil anything. I would have preferred that to be more of a team effort than it was. It was a team effort to an extent, okay? But I would have preferred that to be more so in the greater scheme of things. I had probably a more fun, joyful experience at Superman because of just maybe the and I love the look of both films. I love the 60s retro futuristic of Fantastic Four. I like the color palette of Superman. I really did. And so leaving Superman, for me, I was like, man, okay, that really kind of, just bam, 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 but I really love that color palette. Leaving Fantastic Four, I felt like I saw a more complete movie.
Yeah.
And it's always better as a moviegoer or just watching anything to get a complete story.
Yep.
Right? It's not an origin. It's not a finality. But I like the way the exposition at the beginning. I like the way they did that. I thought that was fun. I thought, it's not inventive. I did enjoy the nod to Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. If you notice the comic art, the office.
Yep.
Okay, looking out the window. That was fun.
That was awesome.
A lot of nods. So, look, I enjoyed the film way more than I thought I would. I still have problems with it because of some of the things I think we talked about even leading up to it.
Yeah.
So overall, those are my thoughts. I know Sunday I can't wait to really dig into it.
Right. Yeah.
But I definitely want to I want to hear what you have to say. And quickly before I get to that, I want to make sure I get this. YARC9, if that's the way I need to say it, you let me know. It says, I don't care about Pedro. And I hear you. I get it. And I think at this point, after going to the theater and seeing him currently starring in 3 films, I think a lot of people feel the same way. So let me know if I said that right, YARC9. All right, Matthew, give me your thoughts on Fantastic Four.
So, I went into this movie and I really don't like Pedro Pascal. I have not appreciated him in a lot of things and his outside behavior and everything else. All of the press surrounding this movie has not excited me. In fact, Marvel did very little on the press tour to excite me to go see it. They did such a huge cross promotion with so many different things. I could say, okay, well, they're trying to get back to the old school method of sponsorship and all that other stuff. The trailers didn't really get me going. In fact, some of the trailers do a disservice to the movie, in my opinion. Watching the movie, I enjoyed it. It was a fun story. It was a fun ride. It had a complete beginning, middle, and end. Even the exposition that they had to get through was done well. And I cannot say that for the Superman movie. The Superman movie is the middle movie in a trilogy. And it didn't start well. It didn't end well. Right. So it's like you're trying to make Empire Strikes Back with the Superman movie and you failed miserably because you don't have 2 other movies to bookend it. Right. Yeah. And the Fantastic Four movie, you don't have to have any other baggage going into it. I love the aesthetic of this movie. The 1960s stuff was so much fun. The engagement level, each of the characters had their own moments. And I agree with you about the Johnny Storm stuff. The Johnny Storm was actually really kind of interesting how they tried to take his character in a different direction. And it was kind of more his movie than almost anybody else's.
Yeah, I agree.
And to be fair to Pedro, this is probably the movie that makes him look the smartest because they had decent writers enough to make that idiot look like he had some level of intelligence. So there's something coming out in this movie that was really kind of magical and interesting. They did Galactus wonderfully. I agree with you with the Ben Grimm stuff. I wish that they had gone more into that story to a degree. But they didn't pay off any character moments except for Johnny's.
No. Yes,
Johnny's was the only character moments that they actually paid off in the movie.
That had a something you could really put your hands around, like a beginning to an end. Like Sue, yes, there's growth there because of what happens. You have to know that Franklin is a part of this movie, right? You have to understand there's a pregnancy, right? Like you get that. It's not a spoiler. But so yes, in that respect, I would say her next. But I think the most not successful, but the most one I enjoyed the most was Johnny, because I think it was the way they treated him was interesting. He's not an idiot,
right?
Now I get that that's the way he probably is portrayed in the comics most. Not an idiot, but just the goofball womanizing, whatever.
Well, I mean, in the comics, if you go back and watch it, let's read them. He's a hothead. He makes rash decisions, and he's a ladies' man, so he gets some of that going on. But he is all about family. So I thought that they did a pretty darn good of justice to that character.
They showed he's intelligent. I mean, you're told in the movie, read pics. the 3 most intelligent people he knows, and
Right.
those are the 3 people. Johnny is one of those people, and that's before he has powers.
Yeah,
Right?
and it doesn't have to do with the fact that he's his brother-in-law.
Yeah,
it has
no.
it has to do with it. He's a smart person on his
and,
own right,
and he proves that in the film.
right.
And his moment, I call it the Rostico, but
Yeah.
and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
But his moment is well earned, and actually, up
But-
until that moment, I didn't realize that it was not going to happen. I
Yeah.
knew it wouldn't, but you know
Right.
what I'm saying.
But on the other side of it, they did a disservice to the Silver Surfer
I agree.
because they didn't explore her story at all. And-
Barely.
well,
It's
okay,
there.
barely.
It's
Yeah.
there. It's
Right.
there. And
But-
I think that's a reshoot. That's
but-
a reshoot.
Well, yeah, probably. But we
No, it
don't
is.
understand her motivations for the decisions she makes later in the movie.
Correct.
There is no moment in which we see her make that decision.
We don't see it. It's implied when
But
it
it-
happens.
so
you
you
understand.
can't do
You
that.
understand. I get you, but you understood though,
Yeah.
right? Like we didn't see it because I think as the audience and look, folks, they cut probably 20 or 30 minutes of this
Yeah.
movie out, so there's a lot that's left on the editing room table.
And I will say that one of the biggest criticisms that people are talking about right now is the fact that they wish that 20 minutes was back in the film.
I felt the same way about Superman. I felt the same way.
Wow.
There's a lot
There's-
missing.
There's so much missing from Superman. It's not 20 minutes. It's another 3 hours, right? Because we missed a previous movie and the setup for the
Well,
next
okay,
movie.
look, yeah, I get you there, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
25 minutes of screen time could be fucking 7 scenes.
Right.
I mean, literally, like that could
Well,
be exposition. But
right.
but just this movie alone, regarding
Yeah.
this movie in particular.
It's self-contained. It's a better
Yes.
movie than the
Yes.
Superman movie because of the story it tells. Mr. Madgas, you're right. Superman's a bigger IP, so it's
Yes.
drawing more eyes to it. But this movie is a better movie than that one was, and that's hard for me to say because Marvel has not done very well in making good movies in a long time, and for me to say it's a better movie, it really is because it's engaging, it's hopeful, it tells a story. There's moments emotional that actually sit for a minute that you can actually absorb in there.
Right.
When Johnny's listening to the records and you're
Oh,
going through
dude,
this whole story
yes,
stuff.
Yes.
There-
Love
there's-
it. I loved all of that.
And again, Johnny Storm is the standout in this movie by
Yep.
far.
I agree.
And so that just tells you that people who don't like Pedro are going to accept him in this role for a little while longer.
I did.
Because he hasn't screwed it up. Vanessa
I did.
Kirby does a fairly decent job with Sue Storm, right? There's a little bit of girl bossy stuff that they go through, but it's not that big a deal, right? I mean, you could play it off as if you understand human relationships that, okay, I get it. But Reed Richards,
Mr. Magus, please don't go too far with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to keep it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know what you're saying. I
Yeah.
fully understand what you're saying. But yeah, don't spell that out for those that haven't seen it. I know exactly what you mean, and we're gonna talk about it on Sunday night. I promise you
Sure.
that. Gonna
Sure.
promise you that 100%.
And then,
but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
do. I get you. Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm had some awkward moments and some different things that were happening through there, whatever. But I thought we talked about all this stuff with the groping stuff and all the press tour and everything, but the chemistry that those two had on screen was good, right? It worked.
It was believable.
It was believable.
Yeah.
And so this whole family dynamic, this movie did a really good job of making the four of them a family. We can talk about criticisms later and stuff like that, because there's this whole, the Fantastic Four rule this world. They rule this world, and no one can say otherwise.
It's yes. I mean, again, we have to understand. All right. So, and this is no spoiler. This takes place on an alternate Earth.
Yeah.
So we have to understand that we're kind of dealing with what we've been given, right? And what we're being given is that they are a team that everyone loves worldwide. Now, mainly you see New York City's love of this team, but you do get a little bit of, hey, they've done this, they've done that, and so there's really no criticisms. It's as a matter of fact, I mean, really until the first hiccup, so to speak, that happens, when they deliver news, to the people, they are very beloved. Give me 2 minutes, Matthew. Take it away, okay?
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing, I mean, I think everybody should go see it for themselves and make their own decisions. And I would like to have seen this movie do better than Superman so that I could be proven wrong in my predictions. But at the same time, it is a better movie, and I wish it could be. Superman movie begins with him losing a fight, and it ends with him losing a fight. Yeah. He still gets the crap beat out of him at the end of that movie. At the end of the movie, he's beaten and he's broken, and it's not really a whole lot different. He's beaten at the beginning, he's beaten at the end. And did he really win? That's debatable, right? That's for the next movie to determine. Johnny was a good part of the story. Yeah, Mr. Madgus. Johnny was a ladies' man in the comics, and he went always. Yeah, well, we'll see. And they could go that way, and whatever. I was afraid that they were going to go that way in this movie. I'm glad that they didn't. Was Johnny's whole build-up? See, there you go. And again, Mr. Magus, we're going to talk about that more on Sunday. I don't know that I'll be able to make it, but Pop will talk about it a little bit from his perspective. I wish that they could have showed a little bit more of Mr. Fantastic stuff, but they did show him in battle a couple of times.
Yeah, that was something also that and I want to highlight some of these comments because they're definitely
highlight some of them. The ones that you starred.
Yeah, I had several starred. Did you get 3 stars as far as seeing all that much of your concern with the movie prior? Because he went to see it.
Go ahead and put that one up. I didn't see that one.
Yeah. So 3 stars says, I didn't see all that much of your main concern with the movie. So here's the deal, 3-star. So a lot of the people that we watch and a lot of the things that we read and keep up with, you see rumors, you see different things that are reported, these screenings, you hear about things being cut. And a lot of times those things do turn out to be true.
Yeah.
Now, nothing to my knowledge that was reported about Superman was untrue.
Yeah.
Nothing that was reported about this movie was untrue. But
there was a perception of things that,
yes,
based off of past knowledge, and if you follow trends, you would follow this too. This logic that they presented. Unfortunately, it didn't. Fortunately, it didn't turn out the way that it normally does. In the past 10 years, most movies have gone this direction when the buzz around it has been similar. And this movie did not go that way. And that's what everybody feared it would. But they pulled back on it so much because the test screenings were so bad. They went back and re-edited it. And a lot of the Marvel people were super excited about it, and when you talk to those same Marvel people and they talked about Ironheart, they said, this is the worst piece of shit we've ever made. I'm sorry. Forgive us for this. But this is like, we tried not to put this out. That's why it's been 3 years. That's why we didn't want to put it out, but we got to do it. And so here it is. We're just dumping it on you. Don't watch
and
it.
that
Let's move on.
And that was with Ironheart, not Fantastic. That was with Ironheart.
That's Ironheart. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's Ironheart's discussion. And as far as this one, it's been a little more tight-lipped, and people have been kind of excited about it. And the test screenings that didn't go well, but they made changes, and they moved in the direction that is going to hit the widest audience for people who actually watch the movie. And that's why I want people to watch the movie for themselves and talk about it for themselves with their friends, because I think that there's more to like in this movie than there is in Superman.
So I agree with you. And again, look, following those trends, I mean, we have to be honest with ourselves. Like, no matter how big a fan that you are of the MCU, what they've done since Endgame has been a lot of misses. And it's not whether or not, look, you can like whatever, and we all have stuff we like that a lot of people don't like, and vice versa. But when you look at how the movies have done, how they've been received,
Right.
where they stack up prior to the other movies, what kind of grades are they getting, what kind of reviews are they getting, what they've done the last 5 years has not stacked up. It has not done well. And I'm not saying this is the greatest one. I'm not saying it's the top 5, but what I am saying is, this reminded me of them going back and tightening up a film and actually making a good narrative that has some good moments. There's no identity politics, really. Look, a lot of people were concerned female Silver Surfer, and one of the people I love to watch is Gary from Nerdrotic, and I watched his live stream yesterday, the Nerdrotic Nooner. And he still complained about the female Silver Surfer. I'm going to tell you, it didn't bother me.
No, it
did
fine.
not
It
bother me.
No.
As a matter of fact, had it been the Silver Surfer, I probably would have had a bigger problem with what happened in the film.
Well, so I wouldn't have, had they changed
A couple things.
Johnny's motivation.
Okay,
Right.
yes, I get that. But within the film, it makes sense, and it's fine with me. So it didn't bother me.
No,
That didn't bother me.
Yeah.
And so, I know he's still not happy about it, but for me, it didn't bother me at all.
But you got to take into context also why he has a big concern about it, because Norrin Radd, the Silver Surfer, is an incredibly philosophical Marvel character that has probably shaped a lot of thought process in many people's minds. And to take him out of the film and put Shia LaBeouf in there, and then not even really give her story
right
as it should be in this universe, you kind of loosely hinted at the story rather than actually showing it. And that was some of the stuff that they cut because it didn't test well.
But they did kind of give you a bit of they showed, and also Johnny has the conversation, right? It's with her about what happened, and so at least you get that, right?
Yeah.
Would I like to have been explored that more? Yes. Are there other things within the film I would like for them to have explored more? 100%.
Yeah.
But overall, man, I dug it. I thought it was fun, and
good.
When I got out of it, I was like, that's pretty damn solid. I was like, I gotta admit, like I'd like to see what happened next. Unfortunately, what's gonna happen next is a cameo cram-filled movie, and we have no idea
which has been
which
has been delayed.
I think it's going to be turned into a trilogy, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. There are some people that have already finished filming, and they're only 3 months into filming, and people have already said, "I've already filmed my scene," or whatever. I'm done.
There's no script.
Well, but there isn't a script. But these people have already said, "I've already filmed my scene." So what does that tell you?
Rebecca Romaine posted.
Well, it's more
as
than
Mystique.
just her. Yeah.
I know, but that's the most recent one, and she said they asked her about it, and she was like, "I don't know. There was no script."
Yeah.
What? Falling into the mistakes again, right? Filming with no script, and like then you have to go back and do reshoots, which costs you hundreds of millions of dollars more to finish, and then you have to make $1.5 billion to make a profit, and it's just the same old shit over and over. But this film, at least, I recommend. I think people should go see it. It's worth it.
Absolutely.
I went to see the RPX with the nice sound and the big ass screen, and it was awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm highly recommending people go see it too. It's worthwhile to see on your own if you're at all interested in it, to make your own opinions and decisions about what's happening, because this is a pivotal film in the Marvel universe. It will dramatically change what happens next and how they film and how they proceed in continuity.
Now, one thing I am curious about, and let me hit up some of these comments first before we jump into this, before we get out of here. Todd sees his best depiction of Sue Storm, in my opinion. I liked her just fine in this movie.
Yeah, she wasn't bad.
A bit surprised towards the back end when they're fighting Galactus. There's some power level stuff going on there that's interesting, to say the least. That you don't really know, right? You've not really been given that information to know what these different levels are. Mr. Fantastic, underutilized in my opinion.
Yeah. Have you seen the Roger Corman Fantastic Four?
Dude, it's been a long time. I watched it on YouTube one night and I was drunk. So it's been a long time.
You've got to watch the one where they actually updated the special effects and stuff. That's the best Fantastic Four movie that's been put out besides The Incredibles. And what they did there was really interesting. And guess what? Those actors were in this film. The Roger Corman,
I know, yeah.
The Roger Corman,
it's awesome.
Fantastic Four were in this film, and I thought that was amazing. And as well.
Well, and that's freaking cool. That's all I gotta say. I'm glad they did something like that. Mendoza says, so Mr. Fantastic actually helps the world with his intentions. I am shocked, I say, as opposed to Pedro. Y-Arc9 says, I think Sue Storm, she's the best part of the movie. I'm
still going to say Johnny Storm, but
Johnny for me. G.I. Jetman, go see it for sure Friday. I know you said August. You had to wait till August 1st, and I fully understand that. I do. Mr. Magnus, I wonder if Marvel is still going to play on the Monica Rambeau story. Nope. I think they are going to leave all of that behind, as well they should, because I think it was shit. I think WandaVision did a disservice to all of those characters in that show. And obviously, Multiverse of Mom Madness.
Two moms.
Yeah, Multiverse of Two Moms did an even worse. And Joe Fan, I know it's been a little bit, but get your son ready for bed. I know that's one of the things you need to do, and that is important, my friend. 3-star says, yeah, the perception, didn't see much of it. Y'all were limiting like it was fact or something. Well, I mean, again.
This is
you
an
look
opinion
at trends.
Show.
Yeah, I was going to say,
opinion show based on trends and information that we're
actually,
taking
you know what? I'm glad you said that, because yes, it is an opinion show, and just like Sunday night, it is an opinion show. But the thing about it is that whether I give it or you give it, we give it, whatever, everybody has the right to bring their own, and especially if you actually go see the film or see a show or read whatever it is, it's like, and so for me, like, that's one of those great parts. I was pleasantly surprised by what I saw.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, no, I love it. But this is the perspective that we come from, right? We have our biases, we have our information sources, we have our perception of things, and we're presenting that to you, and you can take it or leave it or discuss or argue with us as you like. Facts are facts, and some things are facts that we present, but some things are the way we perceive those facts to play out in the future, which is an opinion, right? And that's what we're presenting. So if you disagree with us or don't think that that's accurate, I mean, point it out, talk to us, have a conversation. That's what we want to see from
The
you
one
guys.
thing I like to do at the very least is I try to keep up with as many different ways that those things are presented, whether it's like the people that I like to watch their streams or whether it's me looking up, the Hollywood Reporter, Variety, who are more positive about those things, right? Like,
Right.
and then looking on Twitter, going on Instagram, going on Reddit, trying to find, like, I will try to dig up and try to find different perspectives coming in on it, and then take the ones I generally hear the most of, or I see the most that seems more plausible to me, and those are the ones that I usually will take and run with. And with this one, it had a lot of issues. It had a lot of reshoots. It's like Superman. They showed it for executives. They showed it. It didn't score well. It didn't do well. People did not like it. They didn't like some of the characters, and you go off that information and you just give your opinion on that information. But by no means, did I, know what this film was going to turn out to be. And I'm like you. I like it when shit is good.
Yep.
I don't like it. Like, I enjoyed the Marvel run all the way up to Endgame. And I thought Endgame was a sus film at that. But I liked it. I was fine. But yeah, a lot of what I've seen since then I haven't liked and I haven't cared for. And I've seen patterns, the same patterns, the identity politics, the race and gender swaps, and all the other bullshit.
Yep.
And so when you see those patterns, yeah, you start to form an opinion. And those are the opinions I'm going to give. But again, that's what this is for. I like to see and read everybody and say, hey, you were wrong, or hey, I really like this, or in this, this. And G.I. Bro says zero reason to change the character, and I'm guessing that's Norrin Rad to Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, look, either way, within the film, the way they set it up, I don't think it matters. Could it have been a bit different of a film without her and with him in it? Yes, that would have changed some things for sure. Todd C., they tried to make her a relatable Sue Storm. I enjoyed her portrayal as Sue. I did. I thought it was very good. Mr. Magus says they really gave it a college try to make a good movie. I mean, it don't belong up there with Gone with the Wind or Sound of Music. Well, no. I mean, of course not. But within the pantheon of Marvel movies, there's people out there saying this is in the top 5. And I'm like,
no way.
Let's take a fucking step back here.
Yeah.
Okay.
No way.
Like let's kind of, let's step back. Grease 2 was awful, by the way. Another gimmick movie. G.I. Bro, not as thrilled about it. Another gimmick movie from Marvel. I can understand that. I can understand that.
He made that comment when we were talking about Doomsday.
Oh, okay, okay. So in that sense, yes. I'm just worried that Doomsday is going to be so overstuffed with cameos that it's going to be extremely light on story.
Right.
And it's going to be heavy on character, cameos to get us along to where we're going to be. And that's why I feel like they're going to break it up into 3 movies.
Yeah.
I really, truly do.
G.I. Bro, if you're talking about Fantastic Four, I almost agree with you. I don't know. Somewhere between 15 and 25 is where this movie would fall for me. I don't know. It may break my top 20. We'll see. I'd have to go back and think about it a little bit. But those first 23 movies, most of them are pretty good.
Man,
most of them are pretty good.
I tell people I liked Age of Ultron. And that's one that everybody's like, man, that's some bullshit. But I like
Iron Man 2.
And a lot of people have issues with Iron Man 2. I know.
I like Iron Man 2.
Even at the beginning of that movie, I'm like, I don't know.
I get it.
Why Arc 9? Yeah. As far as Superman, maybe he comes back as Bizarro. That's possible going into the black hole. We shall see what James Gunn does with James Gunn's Superman's James Gunn next. Let's see. Captain Marvel and She-Hulk are gone. I hope so. Let's see. Mr. Baggis, I would say it's the best Sue Storm. If judging uniforms, Jessica Alba got her beat. I can't argue with that. But I got to say, no bra in this film for a decent part of it. G.I. Jetman, Todd C., the She-Hulk show is gone. The character right here is in Doomsday. She-Hulk not making a comeback, no.
No. That
Yeah,
actress
and you
was not
responded
asked
to that. I see
Yeah,
that.
no, she was not asked to come back. And the rumor leaks or whatever, that looks like CGI stuff. If it is, it's a photograph, and she's not even in it because she was not asked to come back for this movie.
Yeah, no, and nor should she be.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't blame her. I blame the writers and the
Yeah.
all-female writing room and the one gay best friend in the writing room that decided they were going to make the main villain Overlord DVD from YouTube.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Jesus
I mean,
Christ, man, come on,
it's
seriously.
kind of funny.
It's a joke.
Doomcock is totally making bank on that decision. For
I know,
sure.
but you couldn't even make that shit up into a script, and they made it into a script.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I mean, it's
come
so
on.
funny because clearly these people have actually watched some of his material.
Oh, yes. You already know that. G.I. Bro says Endgame had a lot of problems, but it was fun. Yeah, no, it was a fun movie. I think it was a mistake to kill off Tony Stark, and Jon Favreau protested against that profusely, and the Russo brothers said, go fuck yourself.
I also think it was a mistake to have Captain America go back in time and live his life out with Peggy. Both of those decisions are complete departures from the character arcs that they were on.
And unfortunately,
so that's what pisses me off more than anything about Endgame.
Well, they also wrote themselves into a corner.
Yeah, they did.
By doing that.
Yeah.
You know, even if you want to recast those characters, now you have to bring them from the multiverse somewhere. And so it's not the same. Look, Grease 2, yes, Mendoza, it is bad. And my Fantastic Four opinion is suspect. Let's see. Why Arc9 says she's just there to mention Galactus. As far as Silver Surfer,
there's a little more to her character than that, but
no, it is.
But
they
didn't explore it enough. There could have been a couple little seconds here and there that they could have added to it that would have given it more impact for what happened at the end of the movie.
So, Stanley, what's next in the MCU? Well, I got to tell you, Doomsday, as far as a movie is concerned, we shall see.
Yeah.
We do have Spider-Man next year.
Yeah, but we also have that animated show that comes out on August 1st.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
segue.
Let's take a look at the latest trailer. That's right. I know you're excited. I'm excited. Have you heard about Eyes of Wakanda? Oh, yeah. Coming to a Disney Plus near you. All right, here we go. Let's take a look, and then we'll get back to the comments, and then we're going to get on out of here. The next show coming out, August, I believe, is Eyes of Wakanda. It has a new August 1st, Iron Fist voice actor. That's right. If you thought you knew who Iron Fist was, you don't.
This is Iron Fist. This is
that's Iron Fist, okay? But this is the new Eyes of Wakanda, as if we needed some more Wakanda. We're going to get it in animated form. Here is the trailer, and I'll try to turn it down a bit or break it up, and so I don't get demonetized by Disney. But if I do, I'm going to trim this segment out just so you guys know at the end of the stream. So here we go.
Wakanda is a kingdom of many secrets.
Okay.
Many.
Now, this. Oh no! No!
The power of many.
The power of one. The power of two.
The power of one. The power of two. The power of many.
Yes, just for you guys. Okay. The Eyes of Wakanda. Okay, so anyway, this takes us through time. So this is Wakanda being, I guess, formed or different people throughout the history, and it starts out even in the 1400s, I believe. So Ryan Coogler and Sinners.
Spies like.
Okay, so you can see like it's definitely old school. Let's see here.
You and me.
And I'm going to say this probably stars a lot of women. What do you think, Matthew? Do you think it's going to be What do you what do you think?
I mean, there's definitely potentially a lot of girl boss going on here.
Oh, girl boss. Girl boss.
Ghost.
What? Wait. Girl boss. Girl boss. I mean, we have to.
Oh yeah, sexy there with the
Oh,
the
you see how
ribbon
close
dancing?
they got? Did you see how
Yeah.
close they got there?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Did you look at this is you're too shy, hush, hush, I do I. Shy, hush, hush. All right. Yeah. Return to Wakanda. So I guess my question is really truly it's a limited four episodes series. I mean,
that right there.
Okay, there's Iron Fist, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Iron Fist.
So
Magical powers.
what does Kunlun have to do with Wakanda in any fashion? Kunlun is a mystical city that doesn't even exist in this world. What does it have to do with Wakanda?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm sure this is it is going back through history. I'm assuming it goes through and jumps to different time periods.
I get it. I get it. They're trying to mend race relationships between the African American community and the Asian community.
Well, I will say this: stop Asian hate, ladies and gentlemen. Stop Asian hate.
That's right.
Now.
That's right.
Is that? Did I see a Shuricopter? Wait a minute. Did I see a Shuricopter at Ollie's? Wait. Oh no, I didn't. Sorry. That's never mind. No Shuricopters here, folks. So, look. Here's the deal. Does anybody think that this is going to be watched by?
I don't think anybody knows it's coming out, much less are going to watch it.
I'm going to tell you, dude.
I mean, we're the only people talking about it,
and this is
the reviewers.
This is the first I read about it was, yeah. I think you had sent me something today, but last night, as I'm emailing stuff to myself and scrolling through, I remember kind of coming across and seeing August 1st, and this is what's coming up next. And look, I get it. It's animated. I know they don't expect their animated stuff to do much. They haven't promoted this, which tells you a lot. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know what else you can do with Wakanda. I'm assuming this is something they've had in the works for a while.
Probably.
And they're just saying, hey, let's just get it out for content. Let's just get it out for content. And that's just my guess. Do I expect people to really dig into it and see? I don't think so. But at the same time, I love animation. I am a cartoon fan, dude. I am a cartoon sucker. So it's not that I wouldn't. I never found. Yeah. I personally never found Wakanda that interesting. Even the first Black Panther movie. I just, for me,
it's a xenophobic ethno state, right?
Well, I really enjoyed Chadwick Boseman in was it Civil War?
I mean, if you look at it, it's really a based community. It's a xenophobic.
Well,
I mean, they hate outsiders. They don't want any trespassers.
They definitely keep everything to themselves.
They keep everything to themselves. It's all private. Nobody else can share their stuff.
Right.
I did want to look at Todd C's real quick there. You didn't. I'm gonna pull that.
I haven't yet, but you talking about right here?
Yeah.
Or you talking about the bottom?
So Todd, in the comics, do you know who Danny Rand's wife is? Because Danny Rand's wife is Misty Knight. Okay.
Really?
The black female cop. They screwed it up in the TV show Something Fierce by making her like 25 years older than the Danny Rand character, right? Because that doesn't fly, right? And
Yeah.
Luke Cage's wife is Jessica Jones,
Right.
right? So you've got this power couple in both of them, and you bring them all together and you get something really freaking cool that they could have done, but they chose not to. So if Danny and Misty's kid became the Iron Fist, would that be a story? Because then Danny would probably become Luke Cage, would become the trainer guy. So that would be a whole nother thing, which would be awesome. The Thunderer. That would be awesome.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Just trying to suss through some of these. Yeah, bro says there's an Iron Fist in there. I may give it a shot just for that. Yeah, it's a different version of Iron Fist for what that's worth. Menjoza, I did get my check in the mail yesterday. They still send actual physical checks in the mail. Disney does. Unfortunately,
and generally they're made of rubber. So
mine wasn't signed.
Money.
Mine wasn't even signed.
Yeah,
so
I mean, they
I
don't
can't
have
cash
any
it.
money. They've lost $14 billion in the last 5 years. So
I was gonna say that's an issue for sure. Yes, it looks like Iron Fist got a hell of a tan for a 3-star draw. You better get me a Shurikopter to go with my Rattler, by God. Let's see.
And a gender reassignment surgery.
Always Iron Fist in the 616 world outside of Kunlun. Yeah. For me, and you know what?
That's not entirely true, because the vast majority of Iron Fist, while they have been a part of our world for a brief time, they spend most of their time in the Seven Kingdoms, traveling between and learning about the Seven Kingdoms.
Todd C. Yeah, they can still do a lot with Black Panther. Just bring in T'Challa from another. Well, that's the problem, though, right? Like, instead of recasting the character, which they should have done, they decided not to, and that presented the power of many problems moving forward. And so, does anybody think in his heart of hearts Chadwick Boseman would have been offended that they recast the role after he passed away?
They should have.
I think he would have wanted someone to carry on the role.
Yeah, his family wanted it.
And
he wanted
do it justice.
G.I. Jetman, you are absolutely incorrect, because Kevin Feige hated everything that was done on Netflix. So anything that was done on Netflix was never, ever, ever considered canon in the MCU.
Oh, yeah.
For any of the movies, because Kevin Feige hated television and wanted nothing to do with anybody involved with the television side of things, because it didn't fit his narrative. So that Iron Fist story does not coincide with anything in the MCU. You cannot take that as canon.
Which I don't even know. They're bringing in Jessica Jones into Daredevil season 2, or I say season 2, but Born Again season 2.
Right.
Let's see. Jessica Jones. They're bringing in.
I thought they were bringing in most of. I thought they were doing all of them. Yeah.
The Defenders.
Not the actual Defenders.
But you know what I'm saying.
The Netflix Defenders.
Yes.
Because the actual Defenders include Doctor Strange and Hulk and a bunch of other different
you know what
I'm
talking about the Netflix. I'm talking about the ones from the Netflix series.
Yeah.
The various Netflix series that they.
Ronnie, we're talking about My Iron Fist. Okay.
Black Panther 1 was pretty good. I know it made over $1 billion. I just don't feel the same way. I thought the CGI was extremely wonky, and I thought the beginning of the movie was very slow for me. And I don't know. I did not enjoy it, and I was really hoping to, because it got a lot of hype when it came out. That's for sure. But again, it did very well, and a lot of people do like it. So yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me by any means. It just, me and Aiden watched it, and it just, both of us were not didn't feel the way about it, I guess, for whatever reason. But let's see here. China owns Iron Fist now in the comics. Really? Interesting. I
Who
don't know
said
anything
that?
about. I don't know anything
I
about
don't
that.
know.
That was Todd C. He said they gave Iron Fist to Asia.
Oh.
They probably do for all we know. Uh, let's see. They'll bring in the White Panther, Earth 666. Yikes, that's a scary.
No, they already shot that one
So
down, I
so
think.
so I think too. Where is it? Mr. Magus says Michael B could come back as an alternate Panther. I mean
You know,
look,
that would be awesome, but they won't do it.
The bottom line is they won't, right? Because they decided not to recast the character. So it will be someone stepping into the shoes, right? So it will be a Black Panther of some sort. And look, that's not unusual. The comics, I mean, look, that stuff's been going on for years. So that's nothing, controversial by any means. And then they really will do whatever they want to do, right? That's for sure. And I agree. They did kind of end his legacy by not recasting. I think it would have gone on better to have someone come in. Brogu says they have recasted every other superhero like Superman, Batman. Why in the world would they not recast T'Challa? Exactly. Exactly.
But they haven't done it within a timeline, right?
That's true.
still
You're right.
consider
It's
this
been
a
broken up.
timeline.
Yeah. It's been broken up over from 89 and then to different one. Yeah. Now, I agree with you. Not, I guess, considered what the MCU has considered this big long timeline since 2008, right? Like that they've been continuing on this whole time. Yes, that is the difference between those DC and Marvel, at least currently.
G.I. Jetman, facts are facts. Kevin Feige has said so you can take that for whatever you want. That's not an arrogant decision. That is actually what he has said.
So many people were hyped on Black Panther, people of all races. Yeah, no, it's very true. And when it became Shuri, no one talks positively about it because it wasn't a good movie. And she doesn't fit that role. Like, she's 90 pounds.
Right.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It's not believable, if that makes sense, right? And then, I wasn't feeling a way about it. I just didn't feel it. Aiden didn't either. And man, we went to see all those Marvel movies, man. Like, it was just one after the other.
Yep.
Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. G.I. Bro says they made the current Iron Fist Asian. I think that's what he was saying. Okay. Yeah, the current Iron Fist is a Chinese hero who was a swordsman too. So see that, and I don't know that
there is no current Iron
not,
Fist. They haven't made an Iron Fist comic in 3 years now. And
but I guess
the last one they made was a little girl with a dragon egg and all this other stuff. And then they had some other weird guy for a second, but really that little girl was the only story that they've moved forward with in the Iron Fist continuity.
Interesting.
I mean, Iron Fist is one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time. I have followed that to the nth degree, and the Brubaker run with Matt Fraction and all those guys is the best run of it. And when they ended it with the immortal weapons, that was the end of Iron Fist. And in my opinion, there really hasn't been anything after that, because everything after that has not been up to par.
I will say that I had an ex-girlfriend who said I had an Iron Fist. So take it for what it's worth.
No, I already claimed the Iron Fist.
Damn it, you son of a bitch. Dang it. Steve Martin could be an alternate Black Panther. He's already played a pink one. I saw they have cast Eddie Murphy in a Pink Panther in Pink Panther movie. The new Pink Panther. It's Eddie Murphy. I'm almost positive. I just read it last night.
Now, have you ever watched the original Pink Panther movies?
Yes, and that is some of the great
to rewatch.
It's difficult. Yes.
Yeah.
There are some moments in there with Clouseau that I enjoy from a physical comedy standpoint.
Yes.
But as far as like actual film, it is that for me is taking a film from the 70s and that's not a blockbuster, putting it on for my son and saying, hey, check out this movie, and him watching it and being like, this looks like shit. It looks old. It looks like shit.
Bored out of your mind.
Yes, 100%. Yep, I agree. Let's see. Brogy says didn't care for Wakanda Forever. A lot of people didn't because it did not do very, very well at the theaters. Mr. Maggie says, I remember the moment they announced the little girl, I screamed at the top of my lungs for the comics. There you go, Matthew. And I did not I did not know that. That's for sure. I did
Yeah.
not, and I have not kept up with the comics. Yeah, as much as you have for sure. It's been years, especially on the Marvel side of things. Totsi says Iron Fist is cool. Chris Claremont was writing the same time he was doing X-Men. Okay, so
Yeah,
so maybe
that stuff wasn't bad
coincides.
either. I'll accept that. But Larry Hama did the original designs for Iron Fist. Did you know that?
I no, I did not know that.
So he did the art in some of the original Iron Fist presentation books.
Okay,
that were done in the 70s when they
Cool.
first introduced the character. Larry Hama did the initial artwork.
I did not know that actually. That's cool, man. I mean, Ditch. I mean, look, kind of what a career, right?
Yeah.
Truly amazing. Brogu, yeah, Eddie, I think, yeah, cast as Inspector Clouseau, in the Pink Panther. I saw that last night. So look, you guys, we could talk Iron Fist all night long. I know G.I. Jetman is quite pissed off right now. Calm down, cool down. It's okay. It's all good. It is all good, baby.
I'm not saying you can't like what you want to like. I'm just telling you what the people and the executives had said about continuity.
Yeah, and I do know that Feige has definitely said that you know the TV stuff from that point was not, you know, in continuity from a canon aspect. No, it has been decanonized, so to speak, and we don't even know if it ever really was.
It never was, and
Right.
and the Netflix show tried to incorporate some of the things for the movies in case Kevin ever changed his mind, but
Right.
the
Right.
movies and Kevin Feige's projects never incorporated anything from the Netflix universe.
And let's see here. Yeah, Netflix did Danny Rand dirty.
So dirty.
Cast an
So
actor who
incredibly
wasn't a
dirty.
martial artist. Yeah, no.
It
Look,
wasn't just that. It was the entire story. The single fist thing is so dumb as all get out. The fact that they never even talked about Kunlun, not really, and bring it up until the end, and then they didn't go anywhere with it.
And I think too. Look, you know, those shows had varying successes or degrees of success, and also at the same time, I think we're starting to lose support from Marvel from that aspect, right? For whether it's from resources or whatever.
Yep.
And it shows, and ultimately, yes, it lost steam. I mean, even, you know, I mean, look, there's even the season 3 of Daredevil, you know, definitely there's moments, but you can tell that like it was losing support. It was losing steam.
Yep.
And so,
Well, and that was the point at which the Netflix, because the whole Disney Plus idea was being developed near the end of that. And so that's why they really cut ties with Netflix and cut off all funding to those shows. So they didn't get the seasons continuing, no matter how popular they were, because they were developing Disney Plus at the time and they wanted to reincorporate all that back into their own service.
yes. And Brogu, yeah, I'm with you.
Hey, you know what? There is another thing with another movie with RZA.
Ronnie Trick Shot, you son of a bitch.
Look, there's another movie with a man called RZA called The Man with the Iron Fists, and that's pretty entertaining too.
I'm thinking we
he's
need
got
another
iron fists.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Iron Fist.
Ooh, interesting. Or Edward Penis Hands. I don't know what I'm talking about now. It's late. What? It's at the end of the stream, folks. I can say shit like that. Anyway, okay, look. So Sunday. We will be doing a spoiler cast of Fantastic Four. So if you want to jump in, you want to talk about it, chop it up, likes, dislikes, you know, whatever, feel free. I'll post a link. I'll put it in the chat during the stream. All I ask is that you know, if you don't have a camera, that's fine. Just have good mic, you know, good sound, good microphone. at least, or good enough we can hear you because we want to hear you. But other than that, yeah, I'll post it, and like I said, if you want to jump on in, man. We'll chop up the movie and get into what we liked and didn't like about it. Matthew, do you have anything? Do you have anything?
That sounds like Pedro's name.
It is Pedro's name. That's what he's secretly called in HR at every movie studio in Hollywood. Do you have anything coming up that
And dog
anything you have
peeing
coming
on
up?
something is definitely coming up. I'm just saying.
You better AI a freaking fire hydrant in or something, man. I know you got some picks coming, obviously, so make sure you go to, I'll put it up here. It's on the screen. You can see it right there.
There it is.
Henry's Action Figure blog on Instagram. Go check out the picks because he posts a bunch always. And then, like I said, my Sunday night unfiltered stream will be a spoiler cast. So we'll be doing that on Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Central. So that's 10:30 Eastern. Come join us, hang out. We'll chop up some Fantastic Four. And if there's any new stories that come out, we might go over those. But I definitely want to make sure we get into the spoiler talk and dig into it as much as we can. So anyway, but look, that's about all we got this week, man. It's time to get Matthew to bed. Bye. He's got a long work day, and I already, well, I don't, but I have one tomorrow night. Okay. Check out my cuz. I think he's got a backyard battlefield with Krusty Old Crow on the 3-Star Draw channel tomorrow night. So go check them out for some G.I. Joe talk for sure. And I guess we'll catch you guys next week. All right. It's been the Evening Blend number 61. See y'all.